We're live. Good morning, people. This is so freaking early. How are you? How's everybody doing?
Very good.
Good.
I am 10 out of 10 ready for this.
Oh yes.
Cool. My name is Simon at Wandering DM. I'll be GMing this game of Age of Arcana Wildelands, which is a sort of a hex crawler, a different take on the West March type of campaign in a homebrewed setting. We'll just go around the table, introduce the players. Some of them are recurring faces from last night. But let's just still do the same thing we did yesterday. So just tell us who you are, who you're playing, and like a tidbit of information about your character that would be interesting for our viewers. So I'll start with, say I'll do the opposite from yesterday. So I'll start with the person at the bottom left, and I'll start with Kat.
Hi, I'm Catherine, and you can find me on Twitter at CATHX. My character is Bree. She's a ranger, human ranger, and she likes to fiddle with things and pick up stuff. She's a hoarder.
Yes.
She'll go well with Gregor.
Oh, okay.
Moving up, Zach.
So my name's Zach, as you said. I'm playing Kel, the Gemma Wizard. Instead of having any hair in my body, I actually have sapphire blue scales scattered on my body in patches.
Cool. Gurp. Well, sorry, Quentin. Jesus.
Again. My name's Quentin. I am playing Gurp, the Kobold Barbarian. Gurp is currently on the run from his current wife. That's why he's out here.
Current wife.
Yeah, current. He's trying to get out of it. We'll see.
Next, Matthew.
Yeah, hi. My name is Matthew. I'm playing Jamila Animensegeisen named Damzire. I'm humanish with a bit like Zach with patch of scale on my skin, but my scale are a bit green. And with each Jamila wearing a mask, my mask is white.
Cool. And last but not least, Pascal.
Oh, I'm Pascal. I'm playing Mukla, the Saurian cleric. He's forest green, and he's Mukluk isn't a Saurian name; it's clearly a nickname, and he's been living west of the Wildland for about 6 months until he decided to go through.
Which is a thing that I forgot to mention before the stream, but I mentioned last night. You guys can have been at the trading post for as long as you want, within the last couple of months to up to like the last couple of days. You can have arrived anytime after the melting of the winter snows, which have opened up the mountain pass to the trading post. We'll begin at the Starving Bowl, the one of the only two main buildings or standing buildings within this little settlement. So like I said earlier to you guys, there's the general store manned by Gisela, the trader, and then the Starving Bull, owned and operated by One-Eyed Max, the Minotaur barkeep. And as the camera pans in to go back into the Starving Bull, we see outside I won't say a new building, but a new construction. There is an iron cage in the middle of the trading post with a pitiful red-headed youth who's just sobbing and sighing heavily as he's sitting in the cage, singing something like "Nobody knows the trouble I'm in." And inside the Starving Bull, people are waking up this fine spring morning. A few of the other patrons, the other explorers, the other travelers have already banded in groups and struck out into the wilds. Damzire and Gurp, you notice that there are a few of them that left last night, well, a few days ago, I should say. that haven't come back. Now,
Damzire, there seem to be like a lot less people in here.
Yeah, I think it's gonna
Remember,
be.
remember the big guy?
Yeah, that one. Well, it's gonna be easier to find food now for the tavern since there's less people.
overhearing that, Max says, "Huh, nobody bothered to bring any."
We tried, okay. You wouldn't take any human flesh, so we had to do other stuff.
You lot are still gonna starve to death. And then he looks at a few of them that are still hanging around as people are leaving. And as the camera goes around the starving bull, would you, Zach, Kat, and Pascal, care to describe your character a bit? What do people see when they see your character?
Okay, I'll go. They see a tall Saurian, pretty large, but 6'6" about. Clearly overdressed for winter, wearing a tricon and heavily armored, and obviously there's a big shield on his back. Under the shield, a really filled backpack.
Moving on.
All right. See me sitting pretty relaxed, just talking. I'm human-ish. Right now, my eyes are lizard-like in appearance. Don't have any hair on my body. Instead, I just have these patches of sapphire scales. And just wearing a normal robe. But I also have a cloak on me. At markings of my past clan, as well as the signifying me as a secret keeper.
Oh, that's true. I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm. And you see me drinking out of a flask every now and then, trying to share it with the others.
Bree's probably sitting, staring at nothing and fiddling with like a stick. She is tall, blonde, and she's wearing a cape and just your regular adventurer ranger type gear.
So you're dressed in browns and greens.
Yep.
And just so everybody else knows who Gurp and Damzire are, camera moves on to a table at which sits two adventurers.
Gurp is drinking out of a kind of like dusty bottle, and it's labeled Black Swill. And he has a small shield on his back with another small battle axe. He's not wearing any clothes except for a small loincloth. And he has a scar on the tip of his nose. His scales are green. And there may or may not be a bag of scattered teeth on the table. Might be human, who knows?
Mm.
Yeah, he might be like playing with them.
Yeah, so and Damzire is just in front of Kurt, holding his head in his hand, trying to forget what happened last night.
Yeah, which would be a
And
few days ago.
Okay, it's a few days ago. Well, the teeth didn't help that.
The constant reminder.
Yeah. So I'm just Damzire is only wearing a little T-shirt with the strand at the top. A very very simple little end axe on his belt and a shield on his side.
And once again, the people leave the starving bull, and Max looks around to the room and says, "Huh, y'all are still hanging back. Come on out with you."
I mean, I don't know if just Damzire and I would be able to go out ourselves.
Well, look at them.
Maybe.
And he points to Nukluk, and he's like, "That one's armed. That one's special," pointing to Kel. And he points to Bree, and he's like, "That one's dressed for the wilds. Actually, that one's probably the only one that can find freaking food around here." Hey,
I mean, I just found food, you would need it.
I'm not eating Danny, and neither are you. Danny referring to the redhead teenager in the cage outside.
Does he get food, or is he just gonna like starve out there?
You don't know. Do you want to ask?
Max, the redhead guy out in the cage, is he getting food and water?
Some.
Oh.
Water when it rains. And whatever scraps you people don't eat.
Wait, you giving away scraps?
I have to keep him alive for when the constable comes.
Oh.
There's he's still a bandit after all. He's killed many, stolen from many more.
I pull on Damzire's shirt and like gesture for him to lean down towards me.
So yeah, lean down. Yeah.
Damzire, maybe we should go back to the bandit camp and get some money and food and stuff.
Yeah, that could be a good idea. I'm just gonna to take a break between all that.
No, it's fine. You still have a little bit of the brain on your cloak here. Let me just wipe that up a little bit.
So the three of you notice, Kel, Bree, and Nuklik, that aside from the Kobold and the Jamela, pretty much everybody else already struck out in groups of 2, 3, 5, 6, sometimes 8. The inn, which is spacious enough and accommodates more or less easily the 20-ish of you, empties itself pretty fast. Some of the people that leave also take with them some of the announcements on the job board as they leave. And once the door slams shut for the last time this morning, the only 5 people left in the tavern, sitting at various tables, are you lot. And Max is still just breathing heavily and sighing and just muttering stuff like stinking freeloaders.
Hey,
I gotta enjoy my breakfast here, man.
I stand up on the table and I pull my battle axe off my side and I point it at everyone in the room and I say,
Are we ready to go on some sort of adventure today?
Yeah, I'm just gonna stand up and say, just get out of here and get down the table, please. And I'll start leaving.
Yeah, I'm gonna snap out of whatever state I was in and go to the job board and just quickly look at a couple of them and grab one and say, well, I was gonna go there.
What one?
Which one?
Yeah, which one did you grab?
The one with the Guardian of the Woods.
Okay.
Because woods. If you want to join.
That's a great idea. We know where bandits are, and they pay you money for their hair.
For their hair?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very specific.
Yeah. You take your knife and you just like cut it off their head.
Something told me that's not necessary.
No, it totally is. They won't pay you for their teeth.
What he means is scalps. The republics are paying for scalps as proof of.
Or if you catch one alive, you can go out and sit in the cage.
Well, I would prefer keeping them alive.
Yeah, I think we
not for eating.
Oh. I mean, the meat's fresher. But if we want to go into the forest and find a cool forest guardian, that's cool too, I suppose.
Well, if you've already started working on this bandit camp, and you already know where you're going.
Yeah, also I don't want to really go there. It sounded like they have some good stuff in their camp.
Damzire 100% knows the way.
Well, I see
That's
no
a lot
reason
of pressure.
I expect perfect directions out of you.
Oh, God.
I'm only kidding. Don't worry. I don't know 10 feet in front of me in this place.
Yeah, sure. So,
Well, what are you waiting for?
So,
Yeah.
Well, we're kind of just waiting for everyone to agree on to go
Yeah.
something max.
Sure.
Yeah, let's do the bandits if you know where they are.
Yeah, like
Quicker.
Damzire 100% knows where they are.
yeah, where the Goblin Rave party is.
Well, if he knows where they are, let's just go there.
All right. You leave the safety of the trading post. Now, if you look at the map on Roll20, there's a caravan icon that you guys can move around. All of you should have control over it. Kel, Bree, and Nukluk, can you just check to see if you can move it? Alright.
Roll 20 is being kind of funky for me. Looks like I can though. Yeah, I
Yes. It's weird. Okay, there we go. It had frozen for me. All right, so you can all move it. That's pretty cool. So as you're moving the caravan along, well, we'll check your passive perception and everything, see if you find anything, if you discover whatever. Now you have a pin on the map, and I figured Damzire, that's where you want to go.
Exactly.
All right, so you know where you want to go, which means that compared to yesterday where you were just going into a random direction hoping for something, this time you actually have a destination in mind.
Yep.
Which means that you're gonna need a navigator, which in this case people are looking up to you because you're the one who apparently knows the way.
100%.
Yeah.
So Mr. Navigator, the first thing I'm gonna ask the group is, how fast are you guys traveling? At a fast pace, at a slow pace, or at a normal pace?
Normal pace would be great. That way we can explore
Yeah.
at the same time we're advancing.
I agree.
All right.
I mean, the normal pace worked out for us pretty good yesterday.
Yeah.
Okay, so as long as you follow the road, you guys can go a bit faster. Now, once you strike out for the hills, that's when it starts taking longer to cross hexes. So I want you guys to move your little caravan 1 hex in the direction you want to go.
Okay, so guys, what I was thinking to do is instead of taking the road where most of the ambush of the bandit lies, I was thinking of going straight south and then west to the base.
Works for me.
You want to do
Yeah.
like an L?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah,
Um,
that seems okay. Whichever way south is.
All right then. So everyone's fun for that.
Yeah, lead on, my t-shirt friend.
So after 2 hours of searching, traveling, I should say, I'm going to need you, Mr. Navigator, to
Yeah.
make a survival check.
We're so lost.
All right.
We're gonna end back at the trading post.
Oh boy.
Oh wow.
Oh man.
All
As we're
right.
going north.
No, you actually succeed because you guys
Oh.
are in grasslands. Like, it's hard to get lost. But you succeed by, like, just that much. As you guys are traveling at a normal pace, so everybody in the group, you notice something in the distance. Somewhere to the east of you, there seems to be a lone ruined structure.
Hmm.
Damzire, do you see the thing over there?
Yeah. Do you guys want to look at it once we came back from the bandit camp?
I think we save that for on the way back.
Maybe we should put a pin in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys have, so for everyone, if you look at the bottom of the map, there's a bunch of pins that, yeah, you can move around and pin somewhere. Wherever you think it might be appropriate. And if you double click on the pin, you can even give it a name. And then click on show nameplate. So that, like, you can save, like, some sort of, like, small amount of information for it.
I don't think we can show the nameplate. I think you gotta do that.
Oh, I have to click the... Okay, no problem. Dude. Can you move the pin for just 1 second? Thank you. Oh, I'm not on the right layer. That's why. Aha. There you go. Sorry, you didn't need to move it. You can put it back wherever.
Good.
Rabble ruins.
Fair.
Cool, cool.
All right, then.
Where do you go from there?
Then we're gonna go to this one right there.
All right, you're starting to get into hilly terrain. That begins the slow, the slower travel speed, which means that it's instead of 1 hex per 2 hours, it's 1 per 2.5. It's not that big a deal, but it does like slow you down a bit. But so far, let me just check. Nothing special happens. You've been traveling for about 4 hours. You sat down and took a break. Not a short rest unless you guys wanted to. But you did take a break for lunch and then broke camp and kept heading to where?
Okay. At this point, guys, we're nearing the checkpoint that we saw the last time we partied out, and I propose to maybe go at slow pace here, just in case there's an ambush waiting for us.
Yeah, wait, there may be like 20 bandits waiting for us somewhere.
Oh, that's not that many. Yeah.
I mean, that's like more than like fingers I have.
Slow
That's,
pace sounds like a wise idea to me.
Yeah.
All right. So slow pace it is. Do you guys want to look around for something before I move?
Yeah, because right now nobody has foraged, nobody has done anything. You guys were just like walking, traveling.
I'm not very good at any of that.
Actually, before we enter the hills, I'd like to forage and
Okay, that means that it would
forage.
take you guys a bit longer, but you can forage. You can try a survival check. What's your
Oh, boy.
What's your favorite terrain, Bree?
Did I write it anywhere?
For the ranger, it would be like in natural explorer.
Huh.
Oh no,
Yeah.
wait, it's the new ranger. So it's you have to attune yourself to a terrain, which takes
So,
I
but-
think it's an hour.
Yeah, it's an hour, so I could just do like while foraging. I guess it's like I take an hour and I.
Yeah, that would be you
Sure.
attune yourself to hills.
That's fine.
Okay, what does it do again?
Difficult terrain doesn't slow the group. We can't get lost except by magic.
Well, damn.
We remain alert to danger even if we're doing something other than traveling, like foraging or tracking. I can find twice as much food, and I know a bunch of stuff about creatures that we would be tracking. And my passive perception is higher.
Oh,
So it actually becomes 14 instead of 13. So it's not that much, but
It's better than nothing.
it is.
14. All right.
For the hills.
Unfortunately, yeah, the hills are pretty dry and devoid of life. What little food you found were the remains of rabbits and small birds that have been already partially eaten by coyotes.
Eh.
You did find quite a few amount of tracks going here and there. The one that did surprise you the most was a paw print about this big that looked to be like that of a very, very big wolf.
Uh-huh.
And then
Can
17 dragons.
Can I roll for nature just to see if I can know a bit more about what that might be?
Sure.
It clearly looks like a kobold track.
Oh yeah, that's obviously what it is.
You've actually noticed that with the depth of the print, the size of the print, it is not just this one lone creature, but many of them walking in a single file in
Oh,
the
God.
prints of the other one,
So
which
17 dragons.
which betrays a certain level of intelligence.
Yeah.
As far as wolves are concerned, you don't think these are natural wolves. They might be a pack of wargs.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I inform my colleagues of this.
That's concerning.
It is.
Still kind of looks like a kobold track.
Are the
Little bit-
tracks heading toward where we're going?
The tracks are going east. West. Jesus. Tracks are
So-
going west.
Gotcha.
Maybe we should like go around these tracks.
Seems like a good idea to me.
It
Well, you
would-
don't want to meet some more of your friends?
I mean, not all kobolds are super friendly like I am.
Hmm.
You want some human teeth?
No, no, thank you. I'm okay. You
Okay.
can keep them for yourself.
You're gonna be shilling human teats now.
Don't give him any ideas.
Oh, it's okay. I think he has plenty already. So, if I were to like name a hex that the tracks are going towards, they're going to LLL6.
Gotcha.
All right. So I guess we're going to GGJ6.
Sure.
Yeah, that's what I was going to suggest.
Yep.
If you're keeping a slow pace, that's where you have to strike camp for tonight.
So do we do that, or we go normal pace and try to reach the other point afterward?
I'll say we take slow pace and rest for
Yeah.
the night. Then we
Yeah.
hit the camp when we're fresh.
Because otherwise, we'll be
Okay.
getting there at dark, most likely.
I don't know if it's a good idea to have a fire or not. The last
Yeah.
bandits, they said they found us when we had a fire.
Oh, the fire then.
But I don't know if you guys can see in the dark.
Nope.
Not particularly well.
Mm.
Alright. So before we lay camp, I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna check around if I don't see maybe animal track or people track. To check if it used often before you make the camp.
Sure, that would be a survival check.
Damn.
No, man.
Of course there are tracks.
Yeah.
But it's animal tracks for the most part. Nothing that would nothing of like unusual size or even, and you guys have found like the partially hidden tracks of the bandits a few days ago. So you were careful to look out for signs of like partially covered tracks. There are none of that here.
Okay, good. Well, I informed the party of what I found, telling them that, the bandit doesn't seem to be passing through their only animal. So it's probably going to be safe this night.
Probably.
Yeah.
Do you think that one of those tracks is crossbow guy?
Fuck, I forgot about him.
Yeah.
Feel you have a story to tell us now.
I want to hear that.
Well, the bandits, when they came at us, we killed a bunch of them. They really just kind of like fell down, and then one of them like shot a crossbow in the dark and hit somebody, and he got away. We named him Crossbow Guy.
Oh, wow. It's an amazing story. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
It was very detailed.
Mm-hmm.
Glad I heard it.
I used my horn.
Yeah, especially now we can know that they might expect us.
Yeah.
Yeah, the guy in the cage was a bandit. We sent him back to town.
Gotcha. Well, I know I always prefer fire. I don't like sleeping cold.
Hmm.
But if you don't think it's safe,
I mean, we can have a fire. The bandits a few days ago, they weren't that strong.
easier to see them with anyways.
Yeah. I think I'm the only one here who can see in the dark, so maybe a fire might be okay.
Just maybe.
So you guys light up a fire.
Yeah.
You make up camp. Just out of curiosity, who among you have a tent or like bedroll?
I have bedroll.
I have a bedroll.
I should have a bedroll too.
I have an explorer's pack, so I'm going to assume it has a bedroll.
Yeah.
It has a bedroll, and I think it also has.
It's like a bedroll, tinderbox, 50 feet of rope.
Yeah, there's no tent in it though, right?
No tent.
No, that's
A
it. So
backpack,
only
a bedroll, a mess kit, a tinderbox, 10 torches, 10 days of rations, a water skin, and hempen rope.
you guys can mark down one ration.
Get here, ration. Nobody wants you.
I'll assume some of you take watch. I'm not gonna be a mean enough DM to go like, well, everybody goes to sleep, because you guys didn't say anything. How do you set up your watches?
I'll take the first one.
I'll go second.
All right, first,
I-
second.
I don't really care. I wouldn't mind watching with Damzire though. That seemed to work out last time.
Yeah.
Okay, so the two of you stay together for another watch.
Yeah.
And then, Cal, do you take a watch?
I can take the third watch.
All right. So it's going to be Bree first, and then Nukluk, and then Kel and Damzire and Gurp. For the most part of the night, everything is fairly quiet. You can hear the barking of coyotes in the background. Sometimes the scurrying of like a small mammal through the bushes, the grass. Nothing too disconcerting, nothing that would lead to paranoia. Except for Kel.
Of course.
During your during your watch, you are going to roll perception.
Okay.
And then the amount of detail will depend on whatever you roll.
Dragons have a pretty good stealth check.
You've noticed that some of the rocks around your camp have shifted. Between the beginning of your watch and, like, let's say an hour or two into your watch, there were, like, a couple boulders here and there, you know, like field stones,
Mm-hmm.
that aren't in the same place that they were before.
I'm going to wake up Gurp a little bit early. Hey, so is it normal for boulders to move around out here?
Probably not.
So
Should I
there's
blow
no-
my horn?
No, that doesn't seem like a very good idea.
Oh,
I was wondering if you could help me try and check them out. Save the horn for later when we need it.
Okay. Do I obviously notice that some of the boulders have moved? Or
Now that you're looking around, you seem to notice that some of the boulders are in fact closer to the camp than they were before.
Maybe we should wake up somebody else too.
It's not a bad idea.
Damzire. Hey, Damzire.
What?
Damzire. Rocks are trying to kill us.
This makes 100% sense.
Translation: the boulders are moving closer towards the campsite.
Should I blow my horn,
What?
Damzire?
No. What did you see someone or only the rock moving?
I've just noticed boulders moving closer to the campsite throughout my watch.
Okay.
So they
Uh,
started in one spot and now they're in another spot.
Correct.
How far from the camp are the boulders?
Well, it depends on like which boulder you're looking at, but like in general, the ones that have gotten closer, it's barely noticeable. You could walk up to them and just count the amount of paces that you take. Since you made that survival check earlier,
Mm-hmm.
you probably did walk around camp a bit, so you would know whereabouts they were. But if you walk up to them, yeah, sure, I can let you do an investigation check.
Is one of the boulders within 30 feet?
Because you want to throw something at it.
Maybe.
If you were to try to throw something at it, I'd say yes, they're within 30 feet.
I want to throw a javelin at one of them.
Tiny kobold picks up his javelin and flings it at a rock.
It's gonna break. Do you want me to roll? Or?
Oh, yes, please. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
I was waiting for the attack roll. Hey, guess what? You hit a rock. The javelin actually doesn't break, but it does bounce off on the stone, which then shakes a bit left to right.
Damzire, I really think I should blow my horn.
Well, what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna grab if there's a stick around on the ground, grab it,
Sure.
light it up, and walk to the stone. You know, to first get the javelin of Gurp and also investigate around.
All right. So as Damzire is walking off into the dark, what do the rest of you do?
I walk behind him.
All right.
Shield and battle axe out.
As the two of them walk out into the darkness, what do the three of you do?
Oh,
We woken up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna be walking around waking people up.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm going to use thaumaturgy to boost the fire of his torch so we can see further.
Cool. So as you're walking, Damzire, suddenly your torch flares up, and it lights up like a whole good 40 feet around you.
Oh wow.
That's super bright.
Kel and Bree.
I'm just gonna have a look around, so like perception, just to see if I can see something else.
You noticed since you woke up after the javelin thing, you didn't really see the rock move when it got hit.
Mhm.
But with that perception check, yeah, you noticed that the place that Damzire and Gurp are going is like a mound of a tiny hill on a hill, like
Okay.
a butte type thing with
Mhm.
rocks sticking out of it. But you do notice that it seems to be moving like this, as if it was balancing on something.
We're so dead.
Cal.
Mhm.
I'm just staying back in the center, just ready.
All right. Close to the fire. So Bree, Kel, and Nukluk, you are close to the campfire. You guys can see the silhouette of Gurp and Damzire, who's holding a torch. So if anything is close to Damzire and Gurp, you guys won't have disadvantage to attack it or to spot it or anything because of the ample amount of light. But also, inversely, because y'all are around a light source, nobody else around would have this advantage. Damzire and Gurp, you approach the moving stone. You can pick up your javelin.
Perfect.
So first, what I'm gonna do, just to be sure, I'm gonna put my call of protection on Gurp.
All right, Gurp, you're surrounded by
My spiritual bone. Yeah.
yeah. So you have. Oh yeah. So it's not your mantle. You're not sharing your mantle yet.
Yeah.
You bonded with Gurp.
Exactly.
You had a coffee and talked about life.
Yeah.
You see, Damzire, like brains aren't that bad. They just kind of wipe off.
All right. So before I even touch the stone, I'm just gonna try to investigate if I see, if I see something coming out of the ground, something.
Go ahead.
So is it an investigation?
Investigation check. Yeah.
Okay.
So you go down on all four and you start going through the grass and trying to nudge the stones and everything, and you realize that, like, even the pebbles on the ground around you, they don't move. You can pluck the grass easily, like it was dead hair. But everything else seems solid. In fact, if you try to dig through the grass and the dirt, you can only get about an inch deep before you hit something solid.
I touch Curb and I say, "Get the horn! Get the horn!"
I pull the horn out. I have it at the ready. I'm like, oh.
The soil under the dirt is like this, like, bronze-ish color, like hardened clay. But nothing has moved. Bree, you notice that both Damzire and Gurp are standing on that butte.
Can I ready my bow
Sure.
and aim in the general direction of where they're going?
Sure thing.
Yeah,
Kel
do
and
that.
Nooklook. Are you guys doing anything else?
Yeah. Do I see this happening?
You do see Damzire go down on all four and start poking around.
Mm-hmm.
And then he just motioned to Gurp, who took a horn and put it up to his mouth.
Gotcha.
If Bree, did you point out the butte to everyone, or did you keep that for yourself?
I kept that to myself.
Okay.
But now I'm aiming at it.
Yeah. So Kel, you do notice that Bree's like aiming at where the guys are.
Gotcha. I actually want to cast Detect Magic. See if there's anything magical going on here.
Sure. There is. There are faint traces of life magic coming from right under Damzire's and Gurp's feet. It's faint in... Well, give me an Arcana check before I give out any more information.
Sure. 1 second.
Because the spell will let you know that, it's faint life magic.
Mm-hmm.
But you can extrapolate from there if you want.
What is life magic?
So magic in Age of Arcana, instead of being, evocation, necromancy, transmutation, and all that, is split into the 5 elements: fire, water, earth, air, and life.
Mm-hmm.
Or you have, that's for arcane magic, and then you have divine magic, which has its own like types of spheres: divination, protection, retribution, accusation, and druidism. So out of all of them, those are like the schools of magic. So out of the 5 that are arcane related, arcane magic comes from a natural resource, magium or arcanum, or ethereum. So the solid, liquid, and gaseous form of this resource that the dwarves have mined over the years, over the centuries. They were thought that by who knows what, but they've always done it. Hence why the first technomancers were dwarves. And they've incorporated arcane magic to their daily lives. And they're the ones who basically gave out the theory that, there are 5 types of magic, and that magic in its purest form is all 5 of them and none of them at the same time. Now, once you take that magic and you process it through a body, like a human body or a Jamala body in the case of the wizard of Kel, then you can just tweak it and make it do, like if a mage was casting Burning Hand, then they're using magic to create like fire magic. And all of that with your 22 Arcana check, you already know that, Kel. But the faint traces of magic coming from the ground are faint in the sense that they've been like broken down. The magic has been broken down and is slowly fainting out. Which you've seen often in, a long-lasting spell. Once it's been dispelled, you can still see like those traces, like traces of radiation, basically. Like it has a half-life, and then over the course of that half-life, it slowly breaks down into nothing. Same goes for magic. So whatever is under their feet was either once very powerful and is no more, or is something that picked up these traces by just being in proximity to a powerful source of magic.
Gotcha.
Damzire, do you think this is like the top of like a giant's head?
I don't know. Do you think we should poke it with the torch?
Yeah, let's do that. Let's poke it with the torch.
So, poke it with the torch.
Can you roll a d6, please?
We're so dead. It's gonna fling us off into the sky, 200 feet.
2.
You shove the torch in the ground where you dug. The whole butte rises up a good 2 feet and shakes. And I'm gonna ask both of you guys, Derp and Damzire, to make a athletics or acrobatics check to keep your footing, as the three of you back at the camp see this big, giant sort of turtle or tortoise rise up from the ground. It's a good 12 feet wide.
Because I was aiming, can I fire my arrow?
Is that a good choice?
Yeah.
I don't know.
We don't know if it's hostile or not.
I was aiming and I got startled. It just fired itself.
Sure you can. Gurp, you fell off the turtle, and you are now lying on your back, prone, next to one of its front legs. Damzire, you managed to hold on, and you're standing on its carapace, its shell. Brianna, you hit. So if you click... Oh, you just need to click on the word longbow in the chat box.
Oh, to get the damage?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Oh, I
There
think
we
it, yeah, there you go.
The arrow just... You let it loose, and it nudges itself, in between the hard, top shell and the bottom one, closer to where your solar plexus would be for a human. And the turtle lets out a, as it shakes off, and looks around a bit groggy, at you guys. It
Sorry.
doesn't look happy.
I want to play dead.
All right, give me a stealth check with advantage, because that's what kobolds are good at doing, playing dead.
Advantage stealth.
To everybody else,
So I
Gurp
fall up.
fell off the turtle and died.
No.
What does everybody else do?
Well, can I try to do an animal handling on the turtle and try to calm it down?
Sure. Do it with disadvantage, because
Yeah.
unless how do you do your handle animal check.
Well, since I'm on top of it, I would just crawl on four, go beside his head, and say, "It's all right. It's all right."
All right, do it with disadvantage.
How do I do that with disadvantage?
So there should be at the top of your sheet like
Mhm.
3 labels:
Okay.
advantage, normal, disadvantage. So if you click on one before rolling something, it's gonna roll with whatever advantage or disadvantage
Okay.
that you clicked on. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
the turtle
Raise his head.
actually actually tries to hit you with its head, like to nudge you
Okay.
off of it.
Pulls its hair out.
Kel and Nuckluck.
Yeah.
Before we go into initiative, if need be.
I'm going to recite a small prayer to Yogtuan for our now deceased kobold. So I'm going to cast Bless on Bree, Kel, and Damzire, since, well, no Gurp, he's dead.
I give a solemn nod while he's doing his prayer.
You give us all a what?
A nod.
Oh, a nod. Yep.
Yep.
Kel, you actually recognize the prayer.
Yep, as
You
well as
see-
giving a solemn nod
Okay.
while he's doing his prayer.
Yeah, I just have a question. My bond never really break with Gerb. So do I see still my bond around him and know that he's alive?
The way the bond works is if, so basically you're linking your spirit to his, right?
Mm-hmm.
If he's to take damage and feel pain, that's when you can use your reaction to cause the pain back onto the person that caused it originally. The thing is when he fell, you didn't feel any pain. So either he's faking it or he actually snapped his neck and died one shot painlessly. Which, with the check that he got, is probably what you think right now.
Okay.
Just hit the ground.
He just went clock. Nothing. Kel, is there anything you want to do as your last turn before we go into initiative?
No, I do not.
All right. Just for the sake of things, we're gonna roll initiative.
really
You guys
know we
don't
should
have
make
tokens or anything, but we're just gonna do that. Yeah, I don't know who selected the caravan again, but it's okay. I'll fix it. All right.
Looks like the turn order's showing my initiative already, and I haven't rolled.
No, it's the one from last night, basically.
Hmm.
But I'll change them. So Nuckluck, Bree, Cal, and then Turtle. All right. Nuckluck, you rolled an 18.
Yep.
Bree, a 4. Cal, yep. Cal, a 13. Damzire, what was your initiative? 8.
8.12.
And Gurp, a 13. And then I have to roll for Turtle.
Getting
Which,
like a
I mean-
plus, like 70 to its initiative.
Yeah, turtles are fast.
Yep.
This one might be. It's a bronze shell.
It's faster than me.
Well, yeah.
Right. The ranger's back there just picking her nose. Just,
So
sorry about that arrow shot. My bad.
Gurp is a 16 and Kel is a 14. So Gurp would go before Kel. So Nuckluck, you're the first one to go.
I'm gonna continue with praying, and I'll try to banish the darkness with fire. So, yeah. Oh,
All right,
I'll
that's
cast Sacred Flame, Dexterity save for one
Sacred
damage.
Flame. All right.
Nope.
Yeah, no.
So, no.
Apparently, the turtle dodges out of the way nimbly.
Well, it wasn't a big thing.
So you just sear like some of the grass that was on top of its shell, and it goes in a puff of smoke.
So, is it my turn yet?
That would be we all. Nuckluck, do you do anything else? Do you move somewhere?
No,
or-
I'll just stay where I am.
All right. So, yep, Gurp's your turn.
So, one more time, just describe this like 12-foot bronze turtle. Like how big is it? Is it?
So the butte that you were standing on is about 10 to 12 feet wide, in diameter. The turtle itself, now that you're on the ground, you notice
I peek
that
open an eye.
it's about as tall as a man and a half. So
Okay.
maybe like 10 feet tall. The thing is it's a turtle, right? So it's, well, tortoise, I should say. Its legs are somewhat bent, but like the highest point of its shell, with like the rocks, the stones, and everything on it, is about like 10 feet high. But otherwise, like you could easily crawl underneath it if you wanted to.
Could I delay my turn till the end of the initiative?
Sure.
Just see what happens.
Sure.
I continue playing dead.
You continue playing dead. Kel,
I am going to cast Ray of Frost at its face.
go right ahead. Yeah, you hit. You don't need a lot to hit. And what's your damage?
That's just click on the name of it, right?
Yeah, click on the name of it in the chat, and it'll add the damage to it. You point at the creature and fire a ray of frost that just encases one of its front leg in a sheet of ice, and I think it has like 10. It loses 10 feet next turn, something like that.
I can double check, but I believe that sounds about right.
Movement speed is reduced by 10 feet.
Cool. So it's already going to move slower than a turtle. Do you do anything else with your turn?
I'm just gonna stay in the back.
All right. Kel. No, Kel, you already played. Damzire.
Yep.
So since I'm right beside his head, I'm just gonna take my hand axe and swing at it.
Screw trying to calm it down.
Well, can I still try that?
You can try whatever. You can pick up your hatchet and just wail at its face if you want to.
So before I do anything, I just look. Can I talk to everyone else? Or
Yeah, sure. You can scream at them.
Hey guys, do you really want to kill this turtle?
You guys can reply. I mean,
I play dead.
Trying to keep you alive. As you're riding this thing.
Out of context, this turtle may have a lot of meat on it we could bring to town.
Yeah, that's actually a good point.
Yeah. Okay then. Well, I'm doing fine. Do you want to kill this turtle? Is this a yes or a no?
Yes!
This is probably a magical turtle that's going to grant us like 3 wishes if we don't kill it or something. I mean, it did have life magic or something coming off its shell, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll like break its shell apart and make some cool armor or something.
My best guess is it was very powerfully animated at one point. It is kind of the remnants of it.
Okay.
My
All right,
best
then.
guess.
All right, then. So I'm gonna swing my hand axe at its head.
all right, go right ahead. You hit.
Okay. So I'm gonna do that, and I'm also gonna roll a d6 for my fire gall.
Oh,
burning.
yeah, true. So the hatchet, well, catches on fire, basically.
Yeah.
And you embed it in its neck, dealing an additional 4 points of damage. The turtle doesn't like that, and it's actually going to try to shake you off
Okay.
and take a bite at you.
This turtle's going to do like 70 damage.
Do I hit you on 11?
Nope.
All right. It's tried to shake you off, tried to bite, but you held on to the shell, and it couldn't manage to turn its head enough to snap at you. Though you did notice when it opened its mouth going for you that, like, just like a snapping turtle, like they have like hardened sort of teeth. These ones look like rocks. You're pretty sure that whatever it grabs onto with its mouth it just grinds it to dust. Hey, Bree, it's your turn.
That's fun. I'm gonna start with a nature check.
You can add a d4 on.
Can I?
No,
I'm
bless. I don't think bless.
no.
It's a
Oh,
saving
it's not
throws and attack
considering
roll.
throw.
Yeah.
for that.
But with 19, what were you trying to
Well, with
assert?
Damzire yelling, "Do you want to kill it?" I want to know if I can find out more. Do I know of giant turtles that are actually really gentle and just want to sleep in the ground, or?
I mean, it's exactly like tortoise, and it acts exactly like a tortoise, but it's 12 feet big. So it's, of course, now that you've attacked it, is probably trying to fend off its assailants, and then will probably try to slowly run away. But just like snapping turtles, they can be very, very mean if prodded, and you think that you guys might have prodded that one too much. As a hunter, a ranger, and with the nature check that you have, you think that there might be a slim chance of pacifying it still, but it is very slim.
Okay, and how far am I from it?
You are,
if I'm at the fire.
I'll say, well, earlier we said 30, so I'll say still 30 feet.
Okay, so I can make a full move and get to it.
Yep.
Actually, so I will take a full move and get to it.
Mhm.
And I guess that's gonna be the end of my. I'm gonna hunter's mark it just because it's a bonus and I have that left just in case.
Sure thing.
But that's gonna be the end of my turn.
So you, the turtle. And the turtle's like, fight me. Gurp. Dead Gurp at the end of the round.
I pop open both eyes, and while laying on the ground, I let out my rage roar, like, "Wah!" And I hop up with my shield, my battle axe, and I hit it from behind, or you have to hit walk forward or something.
Oh, you only need to get up your, like, at arm's length of its front leg.
Perfect. And I'll battle axe it. Is that with advantage because Damzire's on top of it?
Yes, he's threatening it.
Perfect. Okay.
Not that you would have needed it.
And then +2 for rage.
So 11.
So 11. Yeah.
So one thing that kobolds do have, just to explain to everybody else, they have like similar to pack tactic, only they can only use it on their first attack in combat, which was still useful, even though you would have rolled 22 and 23. But still, you embed your axe in like the where its like leg connects to the torso, and you just sever like a bunch of ligaments and a few of the muscle tissue. And as you pull your battle axe out, there's like just ample blood pouring out of it, and it even buckles a bit under the blow. It's looking a bit rough.
We're gonna get so much meat off this thing, guys.
Moving back up to the top of the initiative is Nukluk.
I'm gonna continue with the prayer and trying to banish the darkness. So another dexterity save.
Sure.
Oh, nothing again.
Wow, this turtle is like super agile.
This turtle just lives in the darkness.
Apparently.
Yeah, and every time you try to call forth the light of Yogg-Thuan, it just goes like, nope.
Nope, I'm out.
Gurp.
I battle axe it again.
That would have been a 19, but it's enough to hit anyway.
For 9.
Yep. So again, you take your axe and you just shove it deeper into, as if you were trying to fell a massive tree, and you're just trying to make a wedge big enough.
Trying to take out this thing's leg.
Yep.
Won't be able to move then.
Kel.
Yep, I'm gonna stick with the same plan. Gonna keep throwing some Ray of Frost.
Firing at it. Go ahead. Ooh, the ray.
You
you can add a
bless
D4.
on it. D4.
I can what?
Add a d4 for the bless spell.
What would be this way to do that?
You can type /R space 1d4.
Forgot about that.
13. You hit the turtle on one of the stones, but it doesn't seem to have any effect.
Gotcha.
Damzire.
It's all this turtle's fault. He could have went away.
Yeah.
Believe me, it tried.
Okay.
And then somebody shoved a torch in it.
Yeah.
So its shell is all in bronze, right? So if I poke at it, like...
Well, you don't know if it's made of bronze, but it's of a like sort of bronzish color. Yeah.
Okay, so after seeing its teeth and all that, I'm just gonna back away, go to the center of the shell, and just whack at it with my hand axe.
Like, no, the top shell.
Yeah.
All right, you take your hand axe and you lift it up and you strike and go ahead, roll an attack roll. And though you chip your hand axe on its back, you do hit.
Okay. So, to that...
The turtle, so now that you've hit like through, you broke piece of its shell and you see like the tender flesh underneath it. Well, it's not tender anymore because your hatchet is on fire, so it's actually seared and it smells like turtle soup. And for the first time tonight, you might think that it's a good idea to attack the turtle. Now the thing is the turtle is pissed.
Yeah.
And there's this like tiny mosquito like going, like buzzing around it, hitting it with his axe.
No.
And it doesn't like that. It doesn't like that at all. And it's just going to turn around because it's still partially frozen. So it's just going to try to turn around and snap at Gurp with a critical miss. God fucking
damn.
None of my monsters. None of them, guys.
Man, Simon, why don't you just have this thing just have a heart attack? I mean...
I should. You know what? The turtle says, fuck it. Just finish me off. Bree.
So you said Bree?
Mhm.
Oh yeah, because the turtle played, so I'm next.
Yeah.
Well, since now it's clearly fighting back, it's a good thing I use my hunter's mark, and I'm going to stab it with my spear, or at least try.
All right, you walk up to it, take your spear.
Two-handed. Ooh. Oh, plus the D4, right?
You can add the D4
Yeah.
if you want to.
Well, I will.
And you weren't close enough, and your spear just doesn't find its mark. You went too far. You were too scared of its like bite, and ended up being like half a foot too far out. Nuklik.
I'm gonna go again with the fire. More
At some
fire.
point, it's bound to work.
At some point.
Gonna stop dodging.
7. I don't dodge.
Oop.
Do your damage.
5 radiant.
It finally gets hit with like this beam of light that emanates from Nuklik's holy symbol, and this time you like nail it in the eye, and it shuts its eye in pain, and you can see like the blood pouring out of it as it just goes. Fuck you guys.
The talking turtle now.
Gurp, you're like 2 inches away from its mouth. As I described to Damzire earlier, this puppy could turn things to dust.
This turtle's a jerk. All right, I'm gonna battle axe again. Yes.
Ooh, crit.
Yes, yeah.
And then 9.
How do you want to kill it?
Aha! Yeah. So as the last time it critically failed, it like like slowly lumbers around and like tries to snap at me. It just like extends its head a little bit too far, and I just and I get it like right behind, like in the brain stem, like behind its head, and it just kind of like and like falls to the ground.
In one swift motion, you severed its spinal cord, and it just falls flat. Damzire, you hold on to the like a bunch of like a bundle of tall grass and like a stone next to you, so that you just fall with it and not fall off of it. And as it falls with a loud thud, it raises like this cloud of dust and dirt, and then the silence falls back down on your camp.
Guys, okay over there?
I cut off a piece of turtle meat.
You have a piece of turtle meat. You don't really know if it's edible or not. Like the piece that you cut.
I bring it over to the fire and I try anyways.
All right, you put it on a stick and you start making some sort of impromptu supper for yourself. Everybody else, what are you doing? I'll lift the initiative. We don't need that anymore. The turtle has fallen. Here lies the turtle.
Oh, this thing probably has some. Oh, never mind. It doesn't have any teeth. Never mind.
Does it have scales that I can take off the shell and keep?
Well, taking off the shell is an endeavor in itself.
No, with parts of it, like a little scale or something.
Yeah,
I
you
can-
could probably chip. Well,
Shiny stuff.
Damzire chipped a piece of it with his hatchet before. It did chip into the hatchet too, though, because it is very solid.
But that little part of the shell.
Yeah, it's like a sliver about like yay big by about like that wide.
Is it shiny?
It is not shiny.
Oh.
It is a
Disappointing.
dull. So it's like a dull bronze copperish color once you
Eh.
bring it up to the fire. It does have an interesting pattern to it, though, like the
Oh,
like shell patterns on turtles. It's interesting. It's nice to see, to look at. And as it dies, Kel, you notice that the aura of life magic is just completely dissipated.
Yep, I was just about to ask about that.
Yep.
We're not getting a 3 wishes, guys.
Nope. You just had to go and stick a torch in it, didn't you? I mean, that's thinking one. That's thinking with the stick.
Yeah, well, I did ask if you wanted to kill it.
It's
After
true.
you angered it.
Well, I mean, the ranger kind of shot a arrow at it as soon as it stood up.
That's true.
Anyway, guys, so what do we do with these carcasses? That's a lot of food for the
I
camp.
mean, we could totally like try to drag this to town. Maybe I could totally live in this shell.
Might be a little bit heavy to take with us.
Yeah.
It's probably gonna be easier to salvage the meat here than drag
Yeah.
the 12 feet turtle back to the trading post through the hills.
Yeah, because it's gonna take you a good like without the turtle, it would take you a good like 6-7 hours to go back to the trading post. With the turtle, like if you try to drag it, ugh.
oh god.
If we roll it over onto the around part of its shell, it'll slide easier.
It would. It still is. How heavy?
We do have rope too. We have 50 feet of hemp and rope in all our explorers packs.
Yep, you guys all have rope.
How cool would it be to bring it back?
Well, the
A lot
cool
of work.
factor would be like insane. That's for sure.
The job board said it was paid by the pound. So how do
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my god, you're still bringing it back.
Yes. That's not hanging weight. That includes all the bones
yeah.
and the shell. Yeah. Oh
I
yeah.
like the way you think.
I don't know how he's gonna weigh this thing, but
Well, I just weighed it. I
Oh.
know how much it weighs with the shell and everything.
does it seem pretty heavy?
It's, you know how like Canadians are supposed to use the metric system?
Mm-hmm.
I don't. I don't know what a kilo is. Like
Nope.
I don't know how heavy it is. I know how heavy pounds are. The weight of that creature was written in kilograms. I just converted it to pounds. That's an awful fuck lot. Basically, if I were to use the rules for like encumbrance we're using, where like any item 50 pounds and over counts as a heavy item, and you can carry a number of heavy items equal to your strength modifier +1, you would need a combined strength modifier score of 160 to bring it to camp.
All right, guys, let's add our strength modifiers here.
Can we bring like a leg?
You may not want me helping carry it.
This turtle is 8,000 pounds.
Oh, Jesus.
That's a lot of gold, guys.
But you have to think, like, most of it also comes from internal organs that aren't edible, from the shell, from the like the undershell, from the bones, from the so like of course, if you were to try to salvage as much as you can here, put it in the shell, and then drag that back to the trading post, that would be less than 8,000 pounds.
And could I make like a nature check or something to try and see the best parts to salvage that would have the best?
That would
muscle
actually be
to-
survival.
Survival? Okay, that's actually better. Oh god.
You look
Turtle
at the,
anatomy is just stupid. Eh.
yeah, you just look at the turtle and you're like, well, I know that people make stuff out of the shell.
Make soup?
Yeah, you make soup. You don't know with what, but you're like, yep, I've heard of turtle soup.
Well,
Can I assist her on the roll?
Sure.
yeah.
You know, I think I've read about these in a book some point.
That would give her advantage.
So I can re-roll.
Yep.
Fingers crossed.
That's a lot better. So Kel just goes up to you and he's like, you know, like this part can be kept, this part can be kept.
Oh, right.
I can tell you right now-ish that what you need to keep is part of its flesh. So like anything that's like muscle, none of the interior organs, none of the bones, but like all the like muscle parts, some of the fat can still be kept. You don't need the head for anything. And most of the legs are actually not really usable. Like what you would use is what's mainly close to the carapace. And inside the shell, of course. You could keep the intestines for turtle sausage. You could keep the liver. That's always rich in proteins.
How does the turtle meat taste?
Out of game, I have no idea. Do any of you have ever eat turtle before?
No.
Like it's a thing that like I need to eat once in my life, but I haven't found a place that has that here in.
Oh yeah, I was just
Where I
asking
am.
like
A little
in game,
difficult.
like if the nature spirit gods like poison the meat because we like killed this turtle out of spite.
If do any of you come from the island of Korani or
No.
the jungles of Vol'jir?
Nope.
None of you.
Mm-mm.
Nuklik, didn't you come from there? Pascal.
No, that's was this, I think that was like Vol'jin or something.
Yeah, Vol'jir.
Vol'jir.
Yeah, so you've of all of the characters, Nuklik is probably the only one who has tasted turtle soup before.
But I'm not getting poisoned from it.
No, there's no like divine intervention that would.
Perfect.
This
Um,
time.
No, actually, the nature goddess in Age of Arcana is actually more of a survival of the fittest attitude.
Mhm.
So if the turtle didn't manage to survive, well, sucks to be it.
So, Mukluk, do you look like a cleric? Like, would I be able to recognize just by looking at you?
Well, now you've seen the symbol I usually
Yeah.
duck under the armor, so yeah. But
I
usually no.
So after I size up the turtle and I try like to push it and pull it and realize I'm not getting it back to town, I look at you and I say, can you like pray to your god and wish it back to town? Is that how that works?
No, it's not. It's not how it works.
Oh. All right. And I look back at the turtle trying to figure out how I'm going to get it back to town.
Or I attack it with my axe. And since the shell is chipped, would it be easier to just remove the shell and take a piece of meat from there?
Well, if you want to destroy the shell, it would be easy to salvage the meat under it.
I got to live in this thing. One-eyed Max is like extorting me for all my gold at the inn.
But that's what I was gonna say. Kobolds are small. You can probably like go inside and clean everything out of it if we.
Yeah, if you cut the head off.
Yeah.
And
Just
like
get the kobold
Gurp could
inside.
probably go in and like scoop out everything. It would be
I'm just throwing
disgusting.
stuff out the hole.
Oh, liver.
It would be disgusting, but it would be feasible.
I'd 100% do that.
All right.
How much does the shell weigh? Can I
Ah.
get the shell back to town? Like after we kill the
So-
bandits, could we?
Well, the shell is. You can probably, since it's roundish. One of the things you realize though is that the stones and everything that were on it, they're part of the shell.
Mm.
So cutting that off is going to take a while. Like if you wanted to flip the shell over and use it as a sled or something,
Mm-hmm.
it would be hard. It would be very, very hard. That
Is
what is it?
the underneath of the shell, is that smooth as well, or are there rocks on that too?
No, the
Yeah.
underneath is smooth.
Guys, we
it's
could
probably
totally
smooth enough.
ride this shell down a hill.
Just have to cut off the leg.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, as the night progresses, and some of you go back to sleep to the sound of Gurp emptying out a turtle.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna ask Gurp, since you're the one emptying it out, to roll a survival check
I'm
Ew.
super good at these guys.
to determine
Uh,
how much food you can salvage from it. If anybody wants to stay up to help,
Well,
Yeah,
I want to finish my long rest.
sure
call.
thing. Yeah, you're gonna need spells back and everything. Same for Nook. Well, Nook, look, you only used Bless.
I only blessed, but yeah, I'll stay up and help him.
Sure.
I'm also gonna stay up and help because I don't really care. Oh, bless.
All right.
I
When,
don't care about this meat.
when Gurp is done with the meat, Gurp, can you roll a d4 plus 1?
1d4 plus 1.
3 pounds of usable meat is what you guys get out of it.
How clean is the inside of the shell, though? That's what really matters.
Make a dexterity check.
I'm a little bit better at these. A saving throw or just roll my
No,
dex?
just a check, yeah.
Okay.
It's pretty empty. Like there's still a bit of like entrails that you need to scrape off and everything, but like so far, oh, and it smells like fucking hell.
I live in that.
It's you also smell like your shell. You're covered in gore, head to toe, and as the sun rises, you come out of your shell, like just drenched in turtle fluids. As the rest of the group are like trying to pick up the scraps that you've thrown about overnight, and they're like holding it over the fire, going like, "Wow, that's not a lot."
A bit disappointing.
I mean, my shell's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's true.
Overhead, you can see probably either vultures or crows begin to circle.
Yeah, they're not interested in us.
I'm gonna be. The bandits are probably gonna see that.
They might. But
So we
you
do-
have a shell.
I I think we'll probably just like leave the shell there and come back
Yeah.
for it. After
Yeah,
that.
good idea.
Yeah.
Also, I'm just gonna, since I saw two people use magic during the fight, I'm gonna, guys, in the bandit, there's also a powerful wizard. We forgot to mention that to you.
Oh yeah, there's a guy who casts magic, I suppose.
Oh, thanks for letting us know now. Should be fine.
And there's like 20 of them.
Not nearly enough for a kobold like you.
I mean, you just freaking slaughtered a giant turtle.
That was just kind of chilling at first until you stuck fire into its shell.
I mean, to be fair, we didn't actually know what it was.
That's true.
I mean, I really wish I could have rolled the 4d6 of damage it can do.
Oh,
I'm pretty
No
glad
thanks.
that you missed.
uh-huh.
Yeah. All right, guys. So, do we keep up a slow pace to the bandit camp?
Seems like a wise idea.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
All right,
Yeah.
so where do you head out next? Which hex?
Well,
Call it
we're gonna
raid
go
party.
to
All right, so you're going back to the camp where you were.
No, where we left.
Yeah, where
that's
you
the-
left the other group. Well, where the other game yesterday ended.
No, it didn't end there. We were 1x up.
Oh,
because-
that's true. Yeah, you put the pin into where you thought things
Yeah.
were.
Mm-hmm.
Unless the little guy at the town lied to us about
Yeah.
what the location was. In which case, we'll go back.
So
Beat him up.
you are traveling through the hills at a slow pace. You said, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You do not see, none of you, even Nukluk with his amazing passive perception, do not see any trace of this disused Velish fort that the kid mentioned yesterday. Well, a couple days ago.
And it might be further south. It wasn't really clear on that.
Yeah. Can we do some investigation to check if I spot anything? Or
You can
there's just
spend more
nothing.
time to explore if you want.
So let's explore
Yeah.
a bit.
So you can take, basically, you can take, like, if you want, like 3 days to just scour, like, this 6-mile wide area to try to find the fort. But I think you guys are pretty intelligent. And I think that most of your characters, maybe not Gurp, but would, if there was to be a fort, you should have seen it.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Well, knowing that the crossbow guy ran in this direction the last fight, I know it's been a couple of days, but can I try to find some footprint of him?
Sure, that would be survival.
Okay.
I'll try to help if I can. I don't know how much help will actually be.
You, so Bree,
Yeah.
you notice Damzire start to do, like the beginning rangers do.
Yeah.
And you don't find any tracks, Damzire. But Bree, being attuned to the land, does favor the natural explorer. I'll open up my book here. I think
can
you
read
have
it.
like advantage on tracking stuff.
While tracking other creatures, you also learn their exact number and blah blah blah. For tracking, it's just that we are still alert to danger if we're doing something else. But it
Which
doesn't
means
give
that you
us-
guys don't have to go at a slow pace. You can go at a normal pace,
Oh, that's cool.
or even a fast pace. As long as the ranger's there, you're not oblivious to danger.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
But there are no tracks around, and that
Okay.
you spent about a good half day going through that.
Did I find food or water?
You can roll survival. Yes, you did.
Woo.
Yes, you did. Can you roll a d6, please, and add your wisdom modifier, and then double that
Whoa. 1d6.
plus your wisdom modifier.
Okay, so 8.
All right, you found 8 pounds of food in
So more than the
either
turtles.
small game or wild berries. And
Turtle's all about the home.
yeah. And you found a small creek where you can replenish your water skins.
Oh, cool.
So it's 8 pounds of food, 8 gallons of water, which means that for a small or medium-sized creature, that can hold that person up for 8 days.
So that's like 8 rations.
That's basically 8 rations.
Okay. And there are 5 of us. Right?
Yep.
But
But mind you, this compared to traditional rations, you can also just sell that back to the trading post.
Right.
I'm gonna do that.
All right, so you guys are now at 11 pounds of food for to sell, which is
Okay.
cool. So, like in a day, as you were, Damzire, trying to find tracks for the most part of the day, the other guys in the group helping around. Bree was just off in the distance picking up stuff, and like at the like the stroke of noon, she comes back to camp with like her bag full of stuff, and it's like, guys, we have like rabbit for lunch.
Wow, you
It's
found more
awesome.
scrambling around than in giant turtle.
Well, it sure beats the whatever you found off the giant one. Kel, Gurp, and Nuklik, if you wanted to help foraging, you can.
Yeah, that's what I'll do.
I was helping Damzire.
You were
do
helping
his
Damzire
initial
with
look
the
around,
okay.
yeah.
So,
Jesus.
can you roll with advantage, Damzire, on your survival to check for traps?
Okay.
Nuklik, can you roll a d6 plus your wisdom modifier?
Well, do you just want me to do another normal
Yeah,
roll?
just do
or-
another normal one and pick the
Okay.
highest.
Well, no.
No tracks. Nuklik also brings back like 6 pounds of berries and small game, like wild eggs and such. And Kel didn't find anything.
Not very good at it.
Like you picked like a handful of berries, but you ate most of them on your way back to camp.
I was hungry.
It's like, better than nothing. The food that you found, Nuklik, do you want to put it in the stash to sell, or you want to turn it into rations for you guys?
Well, we'll have to eat today, so 5 ration and 1 pound in the stack.
Okay. So you guys won't have to expend any of your rations that are on your sheet for your next long rest, because
Okay.
you're going to use what Nuklik brought back.
Yeah.
That's at the stroke of midday. You still have half a day ahead of you.
All right, guys. So apparently, the guy at the tavern lied to us. There's no fort inside. He told us though that it was in the south. Do you want to keep going south? Although we saw some warg going there,
Where exactly did they say the fort was?
just south of here, completely just going south, and we're supposed to see it.
Gotcha.
Well, let's start by going south. He said that's where it is. Let's go where he said it is.
I have
Kill
to.
that
agree.
guy.
All right. So do we go at a fast pace since we have the ranger protection?
Might as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's nice to feel useful.
So
Alright
you're
then,
going
so-
south?
Yeah. So we go to MMM5.
Yeah.
Okay.
And in the distance, Bree and Nuklik, you notice, nestled atop a hill, at the bottom of a bigger hill, a lone structure.
Looks like a fort.
Pay no mind to the giant red circle. Oh, you don't see it. Yay. There's a giant red circle in my thing. There's giant circles around like everything on my screen. But that's for me, and I thought you guys would see it if I were to show it, but you don't, so that's great. There's actually, the what appears to be the ruins of an old fort with multiple plumes of smoke coming out of it.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So you said it was at the bottom of a hill, right?
Yeah, so like it's like this one hill where the fort is, and it stands in the shadow of a bigger mountain.
Okay.
Like, do you remember Helm's Deep?
Mm-hmm.
Sort of like that, but in no way as big as Helm's Deep. And it's in ruin. From the distance, from where you are, you can see that it seems to have like one watchtower connected to the fort. The fort seems to be about like 2 stories high for a fort, basically. So maybe like 4 stories high for a regular building. There seems to also be another watchtower further to what in your case would be to the left of the fort. So like to the southwest a bit. Like maybe like 200, 300 yards.
Do you guys point the fort out to everyone else?
Yeah.
Yeah, those of you with a lower perception score, once it's pointed out, you can see it. Like you have to peer, but you manage to make out like the shape of the ruined fort.
Okay.
Should I blow my horn?
No, don't blow
No.
it up.
We don't need to announce our arrival.
It's still like 4 miles away.
Okay. Well, since it's at the bottom of a hill,
At the top of a hill.
Oh, it's at the top. Okay.
Yeah. So like once you guys go down to the bottom of a hill, like you don't see the fort anymore. You could see it because you were standing at the crest of a hill.
Yeah, but the
and
fort
managed.
is at the bottom.
The
right.
fort is at the top of a hill,
Okay.
but at the bottom of a bigger one.
Gotcha.
Okay.
So it basically uses the mountain as like a back wall.
Mm-hmm.
In true Cobalt fashion, we could have totally attacked these guys at night.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
not use any cobalt fashion.
Well, first, did you guys see some people moving in there? I only see smoke, but
Can I make a perception check?
You'd have to roll pretty freaking high to see people moving about
Yeah.
4 miles away.
I'm still gonna try.
Go right ahead.
that's
Got him. Simon, but you let us
Is that
roll.
pretty freaking high enough?
Sure. You notice 2 bandits standing atop the watchtower. They have green eyes and blonde hair. No, but there's so atop the watchtower, you notice figures, shapes moving about. There's at least 2 people because you see 2 things moving around. From the fort itself, you don't see any movement.
Okay.
Bree, do you see? Are they playing dragon chess?
No dragons, but there are definitely people on the fort. Probably looking out, so we'd better be careful approaching it.
How can you see that far away?
I go like this.
Good God. It's not working. What are you doing?
You're not doing it right.
Bree, what does your human eyes see?
I still don't see anything.
I'm with Gurp here. My goodness.
So, Bree, how do you suggest we go to that fort without being seen?
Well, they're on top of the hill, right? So they have a good outlook on everything around.
Yep.
Bree's
Do I
name's
see
Hawkeye.
any valley or something that's not in that they wouldn't see?
You see everything.
if you were maybe to
Because they
come
know
up,
how to do this, probably.
if you were to come up from the south, you could probably stand a good chance at getting to the watchtower maybe unnoticed.
Okay.
But the thing is your worst enemy right now is the watchtower.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Looking at like with your perception check, you can see clearly that like whichever direction you come from, the watchtower will see you from miles away. They probably see you right now.
Ah.
Probably.
Well, they're very higher up, so their DC is a lot lower than yours.
Could we?
Well, we can wait. Well, I mean, if we wait for the night, they just won't see us coming because there's no light around, right?
No, but if they've already seen us, then they're gonna know to be on the lookout for us, even at night.
Well, it's been like 3 days since the last time we fought those guys.
Yeah. But if there's on the lookout at night with torch, we're gonna see them working around the fort, which is an advantage for us.
But you guys would be like wandering around in the dark, though. You could like follow my footsteps like the wolves. Step where I
Yeah.
step. We look pretty silly, though.
I mean, but if it works, it works.
Mm-hmm.
Because going during the day just seems like suicide.
Yeah.
So you're saying Kobold Fashion totally works?
In this circumstance, maybe.
You got your way in the end, Gurp. You got your way in the end.
I got my turtle home. I got my kobold ways. Everything's coming up Millhouse, guys.
Might
Alright.
just want to have like a length of rope for us all to hold so we don't get separated when we're trying to make our way up.
Like daycare kids.
Yeah.
Went to daycare. You guys like watch your children?
You don't?
I just let them loose in the streets, and like however many come back is however many children I still have.
Yeah, I mean that's generally how it works.
That's fair. Hey, less mouths to feed, less mouths to feed.
We can call it self-parenting.
That sounds responsible to me.
Okay, so do we stay there and wait for the night, or maybe we go just
Let's
one?
find cover.
Yeah, let's find a place where they can't see us quite so well.
All right, so you guys try to find like a low point in the hills to hide.
I'm probably really good at that.
Yeah, I won't ask you to roll for anything. You just walk around for a few hours and find like a spot where, if you're crouching down without lighting a fire, there's no way, like nobody around can see you unless they're like 15 feet away from you.
Cool.
So you're like in this low hole in the ground, in between like three hills. So that like, of course, if you're ambushed, this is like a kill box. But if you're hiding from anybody who could potentially see you, this is like the best spot.
Yeah.
Can we light a fire somewhere else so that the attention would go somewhere else? If someone wants to ambush us or something?
If we go somewhere else, they might see us when we're moving, though.
Yeah, and they might just drag us back to where we're.
Yeah,
Right.
that's the thing. Like, unless you take like hours to go to where the fire, like, and you'd have to make your fire so far away that you wouldn't be able to keep it up through the night, unless you wanted to
Okay.
keep someone out there as a decoy.
No.
That seems like a bad idea.
We should totally split the party.
Ooh.
I tried, guys. I tried. I mean, what do you have to be scared of?
His dragon turtle literally couldn't hit anything.
17 dragons.
And I mean, even the bandits last night, they couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
So
This
I mean,
time.
they managed to hit someone who was asleep, and even then, they only did 1 point of damage.
That would be crossbow guy.
Yeah, that was crossbow
Yeah.
guy. So, you guys strike up camp.
Yep.
Could we set up like a lookout,
Sure.
like a stealthy lookout?
Got it.
I mean, I'll do
Kel,
it,
you're
but I may not
you're
be the
going
best.
stealth.
I can hide pretty well, but I can't look very well. So yeah, if we want to set somebody up, like
Yeah.
Well,
Keep an
the,
eye on-
the best thing to do will be to put Gurp, I think, in that little watch, since he can see in the dark and alert
point.
us.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might not be the best at looking out, but from everybody, like out of everybody else, you're the only one who has a chance.
Yeah.
Can I teach him the proper way of looking out like this?
If
Might have a
you
better
stand
chance.
watch with him, you can give him advantage.
I can do that.
yeah, I can do if I don't move and I use still as stone, I'll have advantage on stealth, and then as far as perception goes, I mean, I'll probably like fail that, but
No, but you had the advantage for
Well,
perception.
Bree keeps moving your hand from like this or this to this, and she's like, "That's how you do it."
that clearly isn't working.
You guys are taking another long rest. You can mark down another ration. Well, no, that was the free ration from Nuckluck.
Yep.
So you're good. That's a lot of stealth. And that's okay perception.
Perfect.
A bit better than what you usually do, actually, if you're passive.
It's true.
It's like
She helps.
Yeah, for 5% more.
It's still something.
Looking out in the dark towards where the bandit camp is, you do notice that in the dead hours of night, fires were lit. It took a while. Like, they waited a few hours after sundown, just to make sure, probably to make sure that, like, if anybody was traveling around or anything, or, like, you know, being in the vicinity after sundown, that they wouldn't see the fort necessarily right away. But at about, well, the priest of Yogg-Thuan and the secret keeper, you guys are good with stars and the moon, so you know about, like, how late it is. They started lighting up fires at around like 2 in the morning. So there's at least one source of light coming from the watchtower, and coming from the fort itself, you notice a few of them. You wouldn't know at this distance if it's like just this one big bonfire that you're seeing through the cracks in the ruins, or like multiple torches, but there's light. And a kitten meowing in the background.
Yeah, these lights probably don't mean anything.
Right, so do we start moving toward the camp stealthily?
Time for the ambush.
All right, you guys strike out ambush style, but we're gonna take a short break before you guys reach the watchtower or the bandit camp, and we're gonna be back in about 5 to 10 minutes, you guys.
Cool.
Right, see you later.
The 17 dragons.
And we're back. Oh wait, someone out of you turned off his camera, didn't you?
No, I see everyone.
Oh, I did for.
Why am I Bree?
Yeah, that's it.
Oops.
If you turn off your cameras, your order
Oh.
moves. So let me just put you
Sorry.
back to where you need to be. Yeah, but how about I don't want the group? There you go. Thank you.
Mm.
So this is whoa. We're gonna be back in a second, guys. So Gurp, you're in the right place.
All right.
Kel, you're in the right place. Damzire, you're in the right place. Bree and Nuckluck, you were moved around.
Sorry.
There. Everybody's sort of back to where they need to be.
Yay.
So, let's keep going where we were. You guys decided to use the dark of night, to approach stealthily the bandit fort. So I'm gonna have to ask all of you guys to roll for stealth.
Oh,
Oh no.
I'm actually not too bad at that.
Huh?
I'm actually not bad at. Well, it's yeah.
Ooh.
Gurp City.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
And we're missing Kel. Not bad. You guys make your way.
You guys would never make it as kobolds.
Don't think I want to be a kobold.
Yeah, you totally do.
You guys make your way closer to the watchtower coming up from the south. It takes you a good 2-3 hours, and I'll move you guys here because this is where you are now. To get to where you can approach stealthily, and you're about 100 or so feet from the watchtower, where when Mukluk and Bree, you notice that the figures at the top of the watchtower have stopped moving, and you get the feeling that they might be staring in your direction.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
But you've got the cover of night,
Yeah.
so all of you can roll with advantage on your stealth.
So do we roll again with advantage?
You can roll again. Well, just roll normal,
Mm.
and take the highest of the two,
Yes.
and
I'll take
roll
that other one.
against a DC of 10.
Whew. Yes.
Since I'm supposed to roll at disadvantage because of armor, am I rolling a new one? Because
I'll say in this case, your armor doesn't give disadvantage because it's just purely sight and
Okay.
not sound. Especially at this distance, you notice that the two figures have begun walking back and forth again.
just normal. Oh, it's true.
But they... Oh, wait, you hadn't rolled with advantage?
I rolled first with disadvantage.
Oh, okay, and that was a
Yeah.
3? And then you rolled again, and that's still a 3.
So he walks forward and just sneezes really loud.
Yep, basically they start, lowering their guard, and then as you walk a few paces more, Nukluk stumbles on rock and just falls face first in the dirt and rolls downhill like a few feet, going like, ow, 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 ow.
Oh boy.
And of course, the two people, or however many figures were on top of the watchtower, they stop. And you can hear the distinct sound of crossbow bolts whizzing
No.
past you guys in your general direction. What do you do?
I'm gonna stay down and crawl forward toward the tower.
All right, you're still a good 100 feet, like a good 100 feet away from the tower.
Can I? This might be stupid. Can I dash towards the tower?
Oh, you can book it. You're not going to be able to stealth much, but you can just book it if you want to.
I pull
Okay.
out my horn and I look at Damzire questioningly.
What's just the?
Yeah, not now, Gert, not now.
So I can't just dash and stay a bit stealthy.
No, if you dash, you're dashing.
Mm.
I mean, they probably know that somebody's there.
Mm-hmm.
They might not know what it is, though. But they definitely know that something is around here.
I'm gonna hope that they're gonna still focus on what they were aiming for and make for the watchtower.
Stealthily or running?
The watchtower is also about 100 feet.
It's 100 feet from you. Yeah. So
Okay, and remind me, I can move, I can walk, I can run, which is double, and I can dash, which is
no, it's
Four times,
dashing
right?
is doubling.
dashing is double.
Yeah. So
What-
basically, if you keep going at just a walking pace, so 30 feet, it'll take you 3 rounds to get to the tower,
Mhm.
but you can stay hidden. Because if you move, the closer you get to the tower, the more movement you create, the more likely you are of being spotted.
Mhm. Okay,
So
I'm just gonna walk to the tower and stay hidden.
All right.
So it was Muckluck that fell, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Muckluck, how do you feel about getting shot at from WoW? We can stay stealth, and you could just have crossbows coming at you.
Yeah, you're
Taking
fine.
one for the team.
Yeah.
Literally taking a lot for the team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, is he really far away from us since he rolled down a cliff?
Oh, he's like 10 feet,
Okay.
10 feet ahead of you.
Okay. Can I try to? He's only 10 feet.
Yep.
I'm gonna put my a bound on him.
Okay.
Wait, does that make him glow?
No.
No, it's next level. He's gonna have an ability to make him glow, but not yet.
Not yet.
That's good.
So that's what you do. Kel, what do you do?
I'm gonna keep moving forward stealthily.
All right. And Muckluck, what do you stand up? Do you stay prone? Do you?
Actually, I stay on the ground prone and I crawl forward.
All right.
Well, if he crawled forward, I'm going to follow him just to be sure the bound doesn't.
Doesn't break.
Yeah.
Okay. And Gurp, you were
I
told
guess-
not to blow the horn yet.
Mm.
I look sad, and I put it back on my belt, and I sneakily move towards the tower.
Okay. They're gonna keep firing in the general direction of Muckluck. They have disadvantage because they don't really know where they're firing at. Does that work? Nope. I think my K should be here, I think. Yeah, no, that still didn't work. Okay, we can do it without the key. So, does a 15 hit?
Nope.
Does a 9 hit? Well, of course not.
No.
And does a 16 hit?
No.
So, in the darkness, 3 bolts go whistling past you. One of them ricochets on a rock nearby. None of them have hit you. And you sigh with relief as you see Gurp, Cal, and Bree creep forward, while Damzire is hanging back behind you, crawling alongside you.
Make bear noises.
That's the end of the first turn. You guys still have 60 feet to make it to the tower.
That's actually not a bad idea. I'm gonna do bear noises. I'm gonna use thaumaturgy to make bear noises like 60 feet on my right, so they start shooting
Firing
away.
there.
Yeah.
Okay, roll deception with advantage.
Oh crap!
Yeah, well, you know, or performance.
It's the same thing. 19.
This is the best bear noises you've ever were able to produce with your mouth. And you just pray
wait,
to,
yeah,
you pray-
thaumaturgy, so it's not.
Oh
it's
yeah,
a
so
big-
it's actually Yogg1 that does it.
Yeah.
And not you. Everybody, you can hear this like loud roar of like of a bear, not too far off to your what would be your right.
I draw my horn.
It looks like they have an attack bear with them.
Guys, I really think this horn might scare the bear away.
It's just a bad idea. Don't blow the horn.
They have an attack bear.
Well, do you see the bear? You can see in the dark.
Do I see a bear?
You don't see any bears.
I don't see any bear, but it sounds really lifelike.
There's no bear.
How do we know there's no bear?
Keep moving forward, so kobold.
I tuck my horn away again and look sad.
And you creep up another 30 feet. You're now 30 feet away from the tower when there's another volley of bolt. And let me just check the results you had. Yep, they still don't see you coming. But they do fire. So this one's going to be on a 17 on Muckluck.
Yep.
13 on Muckluck.
Do you have advantage?
Disadvantage, I'm sorry, so 5.
Yeah.
So 5, 5. Wait.
And 17.
1, 2, 3. 5, 5, and 17, all on you.
Yeah, 17 hit.
At some point, a stray bolt hits you in the leg for a total of 3 points of damage.
Ow.
Do you scream out and bear?
So just to try and scare the people in the tower away, I'm gonna reflect that damage with my bond.
Oh shit! All right, so you break the bond and you reflect. You actually roll for damage. So I think it's 2d4 plus your wisdom modifier.
It says there, 2d4 plus level upside. Wisdom.
Oh, level. Okay. Yeah. So 2d4 plus 2. So, as the bolt hits your leg, Knucklick, Damzire, you focus on one of the person in the tower. The three of you that are closer to the tower, you hear the bandits at the top of the tower, and one of them says, "Hey, congratulations, crossbow guy, you got that bear!" And then you just hear crossbow guy go, "Wah!" and his body tumbles down the watchtower as he died of a heart attack.
Oh shit!
And that
I've
was
never
the
been
end
more
of
confused in
Crossbow
my
Guy.
life.
So do I actually take the 3 damage from?
No, you decided to use your bond to deal
Yeah.
damage. So you don't take it
Okay.
yourself.
Okay.
You could have decided instead to take it on you, and that would let you equip your mental if you had like shed it for an ability.
Okay.
Those of you at 30 feet, they still don't seem to have noticed you.
Are any of them standing right by a torch?
One of them is, yeah. The other one,
Alright.
well, I don't know what you mean by right by, but one of them
Like-
is next to it,
Yeah,
and
like
the other
next to
one
a
is 5
torch.
feet away.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I mean, like near a torch.
Yeah, they are.
The one that's not closest to the torch. Can I? Oh, if I attack him, they're gonna know where we are, though.
Well, I don't know what Kel is doing.
Yep.
Cal, go first.
Yep, I wanted to cast Flame Burst on the torch,
Nice.
All right.
showering the area in a burst of fire.
Does it affect everybody in the area or just one? target?
Torch-sized fire affects creatures within 5 feet of it.
So that would be the two of them.
Yep. So they need to make a DC 13 Dex save.
Oh, I think they're very good at dexterity. Yeah, okay. 15 and 13.
Okay. So Bubkiss.
And I think, do they take any damage from the
It's-
burst?
Only on a failed save.
Ah, okay. So the torch just goes like plonk, or
Yep.
whatever noise a torch should make as it just bursts into a shower of embers and sparks. But the bandits quickly pat themselves down and fan off like any.
Is there a verbal
Taking fire.
component to that spell?
It is verbal and somatic.
So
Yep,
so
yep.
they'd kind of know where you're at then, right?
They would.
Or I'm
There is a
whispering.
chance that they can hear,
Right.
but there's still Gurp and Bree to go before you guys can know if. Since everything happens at once, unless you guys are holding
Right.
back,
Mm-hmm.
you can still
Yeah.
do something.
Do we see the door that leads into the watchtower?
At 30 feet, yeah, you see it. It's not a door; it's just a ladder.
Oh, okay.
So the watchtower is this like mound of like stone and timber.
Yeah.
at the top of which is like this little like gazebo like structure where they're hanging, and it's just a simple wooden ladder that leads up to it.
I'm gonna go to the ladder and start climbing it.
All right. If you're dashing, by the end of your turn, you can be at the top of the watchtower.
But they are gonna see me.
Well, yeah. If you're not dashing, you can get to the bottom of the ladder.
Okay, I'm not gonna dash. So I'm just gonna get to the bottom of it.
Well, is it the tower where the guy is firing at the Mukluk? Is the ladder behind him or in front of him? Because if she climbed up and he's focused on firing on us, he won't necessarily notice Bree, right?
So the two of them are... The ladder is in back of them.
Oh, it's in the back of them.
Yeah. It's just if you were to climb up, I mean,
Gotcha.
they would hear and or see you as you come up. Maybe.
Maybe.
Well, it's because I can't say because I know what's going to happen. I know what can happen. It depends a lot of on what you guys do. So all I'm saying is the way the tower is made, what Bree can see from where she stands, it's pretty sure that once you're up there, they can see you.
I'm not gonna dash just because we still have a chance of taking them down before I get up there.
Mhm.
So that I'm less in danger when I'm up.
All right, so you keep creeping forward. Gurp,
Yeah.
what do you do?
I also continue stealthing forward with Bree.
All right.
I look sadly at my horn.
Mukluk and Damzire, you keep creeping forward. You two are now 60 feet away from no, not even 60. You're at 60. 60 feet away from the tower. Do you
At
do
this
anything
point,
else?
I'm just gonna take my crossbow and shoot back.
Okay,
And I'm gonna put my button back again on Mukluk.
cool. You hit,
9 damage.
and that's enough damage to have another of the bandit go Willem scream off the tower. Yeah, or whatever it is. You guys are gonna have to suffer through my bad sound effects.
So there's no more guy in the tower now.
There's
There's
one
one.
person left.
You're suffering
Who's-
through
Okay,
my
so
bad
there were
roll.
3
Yeah.
on the tower? Okay.
They're freaking out. Gurp and Bree, you're at the foot of the tower. And you notice this lone bandit scrambling down the ladder as he's like out of breath, trying to scream in the direction of the camp, saying, "We're under attack! They have a bear! They have a bear!"
I'm gonna try and fire an arrow at him.
Well, both you and Gurp can make an attack of opportunity on this guy as he just runs past you, didn't see you at first, so didn't disengage or anything.
Oh, but he's too close for an arrow, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Battle axe.
That's a hit. Bree, that's a miss.
Mm-hmm.
You nail him in the shoulder blade with your battle axe, but not enough. Like, enough to spin him around.
Uh-huh.
He sees you, freaks out, and turns around and starts booking it to the camp, finishing his move. But he changes his cry a bit from "they have a bear" to "it's the freaks from the other night."
Crossbow guy.
Yeah.
Crossbow guy.
Um,
Can I blow my horn?
he's screaming
Yeah.
already.
Perfect. I want to blow the horn.
Permission to blow horn.
Both Mukluk and Damzire lying prone 60 feet away. You hear the telltale sound of Gurp's horn.
At this point, I just dash forward.
Yeah, me too.
All right,
Before he gets too far away, can I
Yep.
try and
Yeah.
slap him with the Ray of Frost?
of course you can. You hit.
Come on. Oof. Wow. Amazing.
It's a tiny bit of damage, but it's enough to say that he's slowed down because of the frost.
Mhm.
Nice.
So he's still alive, but moving much slower, as if he was walking in heavy snow.
Mhm.
That gives enough time for Damzire and Mukluk to get there if you guys are dashing, and that would
Yeah.
give another turn to Gurp, Kel, and Bree to do something.
Nice.
What he's going to do, since he can't move that much, is he's gonna move like is 20 feet. There's no way he can reach the camp in time, since the fort is like 300 feet away. But
Okay.
he loads his crossbow and shoots in the air in the direction of the fort.
We have a full turn.
Yeah.
Still, I will try and hit him with my bow and then climb up the ladder. So
You hit. He's got 2 hit points. He's dead.
yes.
So
Before he fired or after?
he fired on his. So like as he died, he shot the bolt into the
Oh
night.
no. Okay, and then I climb up.
Climb. I'm gonna lift initiative. What is everybody else doing?
Well, how far is the camp from the watchtower? Is it
300
long or-
feet.
300. Okay.
Yeah, there's only a slim chance that the bolt actually hit
Mhm.
anything.
Since we're like, so we're pretty far away from it, I want to re-stealth because I can see in the dark and still move around and stuff. Can I do that?
Mhm.
Yes, you can. You can take a few minutes to just make sure that nothing else happens. And if you guys are quiet for a few minutes, you might have a chance at re-stealthing. Yeah. So Gurp is, are you like going forward towards the camp, the bandit camp? Okay. So after
Yeah.
like 1 or 2 minutes, Gurp
I
stealths
become
back.
one with the shadows.
Yep.
I'm gonna attempt to follow him.
Yeah,
Sure
me too.
thing. Give me all you give me a stealth. Holy shit. You guys become ninjas all of a sudden.
Holy crap!
And the 300 feet that lead up to the bandit camp is traversed stealthily and silently. And nobody sees you coming.
Oh man.
Can you guys put your characters in this area here? The one I just drew.
But I'm at the watchtower.
Are you staying back at the watchtower?
Yeah. Well, remind me the range of my bow. It's 150.
Is not 300 feet.
If
Okay.
it's a longbow, it's
It's the longbow. It's 150, 600.
600. 600 is at disadvantage though.
Yeah. 600 at disadvantage, but you have to remember there are walls around the fort. So unless they draw people outside, there's
So
almost
the
no
tower
chance
isn't
they have to
enough
hit.
to see in the fort?
To see in the fort? No.
Oh.
You see the fort.
It's a
Mm.
lame
That's it.
tower.
Yeah. Sucks.
It is a
Uh-huh.
very lame tower.
Okay, then.
All right, she's gonna hit for 10 damage. Just
I'm going to stay back. Like, here. There you go.
No problem. I don't
Me and my
understand
team.
why your HP disappeared, so let me just do
Yeah.
something.
And the names, too.
Yeah, I know. I think it's because we edited your characters afterward. So
Right.
remove, and then you select the token, and then save. Who else is missing?
Me.
I re-added my info back in.
Yeah, okay, don't stop moving. Damzire. Yeah, because you're still at, like, everybody can control you. Damzire, what's your HP again?
21.
21.
show off.
He's the guy with, like, I think the best con score.
Yeah, I have 18.
All right. Mukluk, your name is in there, but not your HP. So there, and I'm gonna do this, remove it, use the new one. There we go. And then we only have to do Kel, who's also controlled by all the players. Not anymore. Wait, where are you again? Why can't I find you here? Oh, Cal, there we go. I wish the sheets were like sorted alphabetically.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, I have so much shit in that menu. All right, and Gurp, your hit points are missing. What's your HP again?
16.
166? Not yet.
Yes, that's how much I have.
Yep,
heard him.
that's what you got.
I know you'll get to that eventually. That's the worst part. All right, all of your characters are in. Oh, no, that's not true. I can't see Kel. Can't see your name. I can see your name. Do everybody sees everybody else's name?
No,
Nope.
I don't see anyone.
I'm gonna refresh the page and see if that works.
No, it might just be because we need to do a thing here. If you double click on your token, do you have a tab called Advanced?
No.
Okay, so I'm the only one with it.
Oh, I can see them.
Yeah.
McCloak and Cal.
Yeah, well, what I'll do is later on after the game, I'll update the tokens and use like this version of you.
Right.
So this is where you are as you approach the camp, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let me just move this here so that everybody sees what's going on. As you approach the bandit camp, can you guys all roll me a perception check? Well, oddly enough, everybody but Bree
Aw.
notice this lone figure
That's the wizard.
here.
That can't be a wizard.
And everybody else notice another one right here. Can you see you should be able to see the fires coming from the inside of the fort. Do you?
Yeah, there's 3 fire, right?
Yeah, there should be. So
Yeah.
those are the fire sources, the light sources. You see them as you're creeping up on the path that leads to the bandit fort. What do you do? They don't seem to have seen you or have been warned of your presence.
But I don't see any of them.
You see the guy, the person standing in the middle,
Okay.
but you don't see the other one that's partially hidden by trees.
Okay.
I look at Damzire, I wink, and then I pull out a javelin and give a kobold roar as I run out.
I follow Gurp and I put my bond on him.
You just run after him and go like, dude, don't! As you're quickly bonding, what does Knuckle, Kel, and Bree do?
Okay, he's going there.
How did you do that?
Well, you can move your character.
No, but it had like
The
the
distance? I
Distance.
think you have to press spacebar or something.
If you left click your token to where you can move it around, and then you press spacebar, you can do distances.
Oh, holy.
Yeah, that's if you want to like really calculate your movement and stuff like that to like move around like objects and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
You can do the
Yeah.
long way around and use the ruler every time, but it's
Right.
it's
Yeah,
it's
it's
not
just
working.
you have to
Anyway.
hold down the space bar.
And drag your character.
Yeah, still not working. Anyway, I'm gonna go.
No, sorry, it's you press once, and then
Yeah.
you should see it. So like you press
Yes,
on your
oh.
character, you press once, and then you can, or something.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
select your token, left click, and then you press your
Yeah, it
space
worked.
bar for every
That's
space.
good.
Oh, okay, so it's for every space. All right, I didn't get that part.
Gotcha.
I'm not a player often.
I have to explain this all the time. So as I run up and I rage and I throw a javelin at the guy
Not good.
All right.
standing in the wall there.
As you fling your javelin, you notice that this person standing there with a short sword and a small shield was just faking being unaware of you
Mm.
and
Mhm.
tries to dodge out of the way of
What a
your
stud.
javelin. So can you roll? You still roll a normal roll. You would have had advantage because you were hidden, but also this person has been anticipating an attack, an imminent attack. So you can roll just a straight attack roll. That'll probably crit and kill him.
Yeah.
Roll for damage.
9, 11, two for rage.
2 for rage.
Or is that only on? Is that
And
all
you-
attacks?
You need to add another d6 because it's a crit.
Yep.
Yeah.
It rolled both of them. It rolled 1d6, 1d6.
Yeah, the +3 is the other d6, the crit one.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. If you mouse over the actual numbers, it'll tell you the roll that it did.
Oh.
It dead. It dead,
Aw.
Jim. You just basically the way I do barbarians, I think you can only add your rage to melee attacks,
I think that's what it is.
but
too.
I also allow it to thrown weapon because I mean, why the fuck not? Like I wouldn't let you rage and fire a crossbow.
Yeah,
Right.
that doesn't
But
make
like raging and throwing a javelin as you're raging is pretty cool in itself. So you just ran up to that guy, screaming your little cobalt war cry, and just flung the javelin. And he raised his shield, thinking you were going for the head, and the javelin just impaled him through like the stomach. And he just fell flat on the ground, like a few feet off, pushed back by the force of the blow. Everybody else moved, but you still all have an action.
Well, I
If you
was
wanna do
gonna
something.
try
Well,
and
let's
hit
not
the guy,
attack it.
but he did.
I'm going to cast heroism on the kobold.
Sure thing.
So that's 3 temporary HP at every turn.
All right.
And you're immune to fear, but that doesn't really apply.
Good spell.
Yeah, heroism is
It's cool.
pretty good. Let me just tweak a little thing here. Whoops. There we go. There we go. There we go. There you go. All right. So that were the two of you, Damzire, Bree, and Kel.
I'm going to ready a ray of frost for an enemy to come in vision.
Okay.
Can I see the guy now that's outside?
You could make a perception check as a bonus action.
As a bonus? Okay, yeah, I will do that. Perception.
Pretty dark out here.
Yeah.
A little bit.
And you know, trees.
Yeah, you don't see
Well,
them.
Can I since I saw them, can I help the group and say go get the guy on the right, and help them for the perception?
Sure, but that would be your turn.
Okay.
Putting your bond and helping them with perception, which would let Bree re-roll with perception.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, like as soon as Damzire says like
Like,
get
oh,
the guy
yep,
on the
right
right,
there.
you're like oh shit, that's where he is.
But do I hit him?
With a 10, the arrow misses him by that much.
Hmm.
Like I could say the arrow misses him by like a good 10%. That's your turn, Kel. You were readying a ray of frost, but readying against what exactly?
For an enemy to come into my vision.
All right. do you want to attempt a bonus action perception check for the one that's hidden on the right side?
Yes, I didn't think about that.
Sure, go right ahead. With advantage because of Damzire.
Right.
Yeah,
Oof.
you see him. You see him all right. If you
Great.
wanted to fire at him,
Yep.
you could.
Absolutely. Ugh. Something tells me that misses.
It goes wide, and it hits like one of the a branch of like one of the two trees that are here. Unfortunately. Hey, I'm gonna have to ask you guys to roll for initiative, and now that you guys all have a token, you can select your token, click on your token first, and then roll initiative,
Okay.
and it should work.
Nice.
Well, I don't want to lose my 19. Can I?
Oh, because you had rolled a 19 already?
Yeah.
Just click on your token, roll for initiative again, and I'll change it to
All right.
19.
Click on the token. And initiative.
And what that does, Damzire, is it automatically puts your name on the turn order side
Mhm.
over here.
Yeah, that's what I saw.
So
Oh shit, who's chief?
a Spartan.
I'm rethinking our
Oh my god, we've been muted for like the past, maybe not a whole lot of time, but I must have. Oh yeah, I hit the mute button by accident earlier, a
Oops.
couple of minutes ago.
Oh,
Okay. Well, I'm gonna use my other action to just enter in a defense positions to block the bolt.
All right. If anybody in chat can tell me what's the last thing you heard, that would be awesome. Thank you. So, you decided to move in, put your bond, and
enter a defense position with my shield to protect myself from bolt.
all right. So anybody attacking you has disadvantage. Kel, you're up.
Can I see that guy that fired at me now?
Oh yes, you can. You can see half of his
Okay.
body.
All right, I'm going to cast Hail of Stone at him.
All right. So you lift a few of the pebbles on the ground and fling them at him. Roll for damage.
Yep.
This is basically a reskin of Magic Missile, you guys.
Yep. See if this works. Oh, yep. That worked.
Oof. Yeah, that's not a lot of not
Two
a,
ones.
Yeah, 2 1s on 3d4.
Yep.
But he's still being pummeled by all of these stones and might actually fall off the ledge.
Oh boy.
If I roll a 7 or lower. Nope, he's still up. So he managed to hang on to the side of the windowsill and hold on to his position. Did you have anything you wanted to do as a bonus action?
I do not, but I am going to move to where I am behind Damzire.
All right.
And that is me.
Good enough. Bree, what do you do?
I'm still gonna try and get. Oh, I can't put the little circle. The guy on the right,
Yeah, you just have to hold down your mouse button and it's gonna ping.
him.
Yep.
I'm gonna hunter's mark him
Mm-hmm.
and fire at him.
Oh boy. That's a
Oh,
crit.
I wonder if he's surviving.
Hey, guess what? Arrow into his eye. What's going on?
Yep.
Is that like crit music?
Almost
Oh my
just a
God.
random alarm.
You hit him straight in the eye, and he falls down, and
Yes.
even tumbles down the side of the hill.
Hold on, fucker.
You didn't roll your extra d6 for.
Doesn't even
It
matter.
doesn't
Nope.
even matter.
Doesn't matter, man.
Can I just move it right now to the other guy?
It's a bonus action, so yes, you can.
But I used the bonus to move it.
Oh, then in
To
that case,
use it.
next turn you can move it as a bonus action to the other person. Is you have to move it before the end of your next turn.
Oh, all right.
Otherwise, I mean, you're gonna lose it.
I'm gonna move though because I feel like there are too many of my teammates in the way,
Mhm.
and I could maybe hit them. I don't know. I'm gonna move there.
All right. Appearing on the second floor.
Yeah, where's this
on
guy at?
the disused platform that basically like what you see here, like this sort of wooden platform type thing is like the second floor of what would have been like a watch house or something over the parapet, and you notice a very pissed off man in robes, and he walks forward and he points to you, Gurp, and he quaffs a potion that he then discards and takes both of his hands and shove them into the ground. And on each side of you, Gurp, rise these two giant-sized hands from the ground around you. Where are they? There we go. It is actually large. So there's a large hand that appears. Let me put a token in there. Yeah, sure, that works. But it is actually large. Right here. That appeared. And the hand tries to grapple you. It is a hand made out of mud and dirt and rocks.
Oh, I live in that.
It's got advantage using his spellcasting ability as its strength score. So, what's your spellcasting ability, Mr. Sorcerer? Oh, wait, I think you guys don't see the hand. Yeah, there it is. Giant hand.
Oh, hello.
And his spellcasting ability is a +3, so it's...
On roll one.
So you choose between athletics or acrobatics. It's an opposed roll because it is a grapple check. And my roll is...
It's not a saving throw?
Nope, because it's a grapple attack. So the spell just creates the hand, and then the hand moves by itself.
Okay.
And can try to grapple people. So that's a 19.
Okay, I'll do athletics.
All right.
Nice.
You nimbly dodge out of the way of
Gurp
that
City!
hand. He is angry. But like one of his hand is still like stuck inside the ground to keep the other hand moving.
He's screwed now.
He's on a second floor.
I'll get to him.
But Mukluk, it's your turn.
I'll move right here. I'll throw a sacred fire at the guy at the window. So
Sure thing.
DC 13.
He dodges out of the way.
Okay, and then I'll move near our small couple.
All right, to get a bit of cover.
Perfect.
Yep. And I'm done.
The other bandits, or those that are still alive, anyway. So the one that's standing out of the window will fire at Damzire, because you've put yourself in his line of sight.
Yeah.
And he's got disadvantage, so I'll take the lowest. Crit miss. He fires into the air. That is what happens.
Just like the worst bandits ever.
Yeah, pretty much. And Bree.
Yes.
Out of the darkness.
Ugh.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Keeping the highest.
Nope.
6.
Nope.
I am so freaking done, you guys. I'm trying to like do stuff and attack you with advantage and shit, and it just doesn't work.
But we're fine with it.
Yeah, it's fine. Just
It's all right.
Yep.
Will my
Don't
players
worry
survive the wildlands? The answer is yes. The answer is yes. Whatever happens, the answer is yes.
Yep.
Gurp, it's up to you.
So he's the sorcerer. Is he like peeking out a window or?
No, he's actually standing. So this platform is like open to the sky.
Uh-huh.
He sees
How do
you.
I get up there?
So there's a disused, or almost broken, I should say, staircase right here.
Uh-huh.
So you could move up to it.
Mhm.
Though the hand seems to be able to reach pretty far. Probably even up to the second floor, if it stretches enough. But you could run up there. If you don't disengage, I'll tell you right now, the hand can make an attack of opportunity to grapple.
Okay, that's fine. I'm not gonna disengage. I'm gonna just try to run for it, my little kobold ridge.
All right. Let me... It's an opposed roll. You choose acrobatics or athletics, but it's a 21 this time.
I mean, it's gotta be an easy roll, right?
Sure, you got up to the second floor. Whatever.
Wow.
Oh man.
Am I in melee range or do I have to throw a javelin?
5, 10, 20. You can in 20 feet you can get up to him in melee range of him.
I'm going to recklessly attack for advantage.
All right.
So yeah, I just like and battle axe him as like the hands like dodging out of the way, and for some reason he still has his hand into the ground. I'm not sure why he's doing that, but
With
1,
advantage.
2. It's probably a miss, I think.
Yeah, you missed twice. Well, you missed with even with advantage.
Yeah.
So as you're trying to get to him and fling your axe left and right, trying to land a blow, he simply moves his he pivots and moves his hand that's inside the ground, and the other big hand comes up and just blocks your blows with its fingers.
Nice.
Damzire, it's your turn.
Yeah. So can I try and look around to see, where the bolt that was aiming at SB, so I can see maybe the guy that fired at her?
Sure, you can. You'd have to move around though,
Okay.
because there's too many trees in the way. You don't, from where you stand right now, you don't see it.
Okay. So what I'm gonna do? 10 feet. If I move there, am I still in the 15 feet for my bond with Kel?
Yes, you are.
Okay. So since Bree's there, if I move there and try to look around, do I see something?
You can make a perception check.
Okay.
Sorry. You do notice the person. So there's a bandit lying prone. He's currently reloading his crossbow.
Okay. So I advise Bree, look in this direction for a turn.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Okay. And do I have a? Can I move again since I only move?
Yeah, if you move 15, you can move back 15.
Okay. No. Yeah, I'm gonna put myself right there. That way, I still have the bond on kill and
In the
I'm gonna
way
stay in
of.
front.
All right.
Yeah.
Cal.
Yep.
Speaking
I'm gonna
of.
do same thing. Gonna cast a frost bolt, ray of frost, I should say.
Go right ahead.
My
I mean, you're going to hit because it doesn't matter at this point. You guys are just literal god. Roll for damage.
sorry, roll 20 is being a little bit slow for me.
It's okay. It is slow for me too, from where I am, because there's just so many things on the map. Hey, guess
Right.
what? Speaking of many things on the map, there's another Willem Screamer falling off the balcony.
Oh yeah, and I'm just going to move up a little bit here. Call it a day.
All right. Bree.
Hey, yeah. Whoop. That guy.
Mm-hmm.
Do I have something because Damzire's been in front of me to hit?
You
the
don't have
guy?
any penalties or anything.
Okay, so I will move my hunter's mark on him first of all,
Mm-hmm.
and then possibly miss him.
You actually have to roll with disadvantage because he's lying prone.
Well, it's going to be less than 11.
Yeah.
If
But
so,
I just wanted to
+7.
remind you.
oh,
Yeah, but an 11 hits.
damn it.
Oh boy.
So that's
In
this,
this
plus
instance.
the D8.
You
From
already
the
rolled a d8, so you just yeah, you need your extra d8 for 3.
So total of 9.
He's pretty hurt.
good.
pretty hurt because there wasn't a lot of room to hit, so you pretty much got him like right in the like soft spot between the two neck bones.
It's good.
Hey, Gurp.
Yes.
He still has his hand in the ground,
Mm-hmm.
and he lifts his other hand
And surrenders.
other hand to the sky. And the air around you, not just around you, but around. So I need to draw a shape. Is there a way for me to like have a template?
Yes. If you go to the little paintbrush and then go to draw shape.
Yeah, it's Alt, I think, for Alt for circle.
Yeah.
That's 15, 20. Is it 20-foot radius? Or is it 20-foot diameter?
Which spell?
Oh, it's 20-foot radius.
So it's 40 feet.
So basically,
fog.
he's gonna cast it. He's basically gonna cast it here.
Hmm.
So it goes 20 feet in this direction, 20 feet in that direction. He doesn't care to be caught in the blast. And he looks at you and he's like, "This will be your last." And it starts hailing. You don't know last what as he gets hit by the baseball size hail of stone, like hailstones that come down the sky. But I want all of you, Mukluk, Gurp, and Kel, to roll a dexterity saving throw.
Yes.
The DC is
I hope it's 13.
the DC is
I hope it's 3.
14.
Oof.
Y'all fail it. So you take 4d6 points of cold damage.
Ow.
15 points of cold damage.
I am knocked unconscious.
Me too.
He also has to roll.
Fail, fail, fail.
He succeeds, so he's only gonna take 2d8 points of damage. And he's gonna have to roll for concentration on his hand thing. And he succeeds.
Dud.
So Mukluk and Kel, you guys fell unconscious.
Gone.
Looking good, guys.
Yep.
The hand is still up, and the hand is going to try to grapple at Gurp again.
Hmm?
Yeah, the hand moves on its own volition. So Gurp,
Gurp, you had to reduce the. You had 3 temporary HP, right? For terrorism.
oh yeah,
Oh, I
because of
did.
heroism,
Oh, sweet. Okay. So I'm at.
you'd be at 4 right now.
Yeah.
So Gurp, against the DC of 13, athletics or acrobatics?
13. Athletics. Yes.
Yeah, you're fine.
And ain't got nothing. Alright, I need to kill the sorcerer, guys.
Mukluk, can you make me a death saving throw?
Oh no.
Yeah, you're fine.
Mukluk, if you could just roll
Um,
a 20.
By the way,
Do we have any healers?
Yeah, I mean,
I have cure wounds as well.
so by the way, guys, pretty much this whole area is now turned into difficult terrain as it is slick with ice.
Nice. Eek.
Oh, whew.
Oh god.
Yeah, I'm gonna clear the drawings, but I just wanted to let you know, like, it's
Right.
pretty much from
That entire area.
yeah up to like the second tent, the farthest
Mm.
one. That's it. Bandits. This one outside. Drops his crossbow and crawls down and is basically 10 feet like out of the map as he's trying to leave, hurt and bloodied.
Man, that guy's Hunter's Mark. You could shoot him for like 900 feet away.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm still gonna get him. I don't have wood. Oh.
Out of the darkness. Ah, shit, they're like standing on top of one another. You, guy, you dead. You move. There's another one.
Damzire, do you have any healing spells?
No.
Oh, boy. Oh, he has a ninja mask.
And he was stealthed. But he attacks, fires at Bree with advantage on a 22.
Yeah.
I think that hits.
Don't get a 10.
You take 7 points of damage.
Ew. That hurts very much.
Gurp.
It doesn't
Alright.
show. Hang on, my
Save us, you're our only hope.
I know. I gotta recklessly attack this guy again. I gotta bring him down.
Sure.
You just
Alright.
need to click to.
Yeah, the advantage button.
Oh no, I meant for Bree. You click on your token and then you just click on in the green circle and you change the number for what you're at.
Oh, okay. Okay.
When does heroism kick in every turn or?
It would, but now I'm. in
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
You're
not
down
anymore.
Okay.
Concentration
Okay.
is over.
Yep. It's gone.
18.
It's a hit.
12.
It is a good hit. It actually needs to roll for concentration, and it keeps the hand alive.
Okay.
Damzire.
Okay, so what does it take to actually make those two guys unconscious come back to life?
So, you can either heal them if you have a healing spell or a healing potion,
Okay.
or you can make a DC 10 medicine check to stabilize them. That's not gonna bring them back to consciousness, but at least they're not gonna bleed themselves to death.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Bree, do you think you're gonna be alright if I've tried to go over there?
Should totally help Gurp.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Well, if the one guy who threw down his crossbow and ran away, like if he's like leaving combat, probably just let him go, and then maybe
Yeah.
focus on the other guy.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking now.
Okay, so alright. Oops. Right. Then.
All right.
And do I have to be on top of it?
No. You can stay where you are.
Okay. So I'm gonna try to do a medicine check. You said that.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Not enough. You try to reanimate Kel, and nothing happens. Kel, it is your turn.
Yep. So, death save.
Yeah, death save, please. That's one failure.
Boop. Got it.
Bree, what do you do?
I'm gonna try and get this guy. So I'll move my Hunter's Mark on him.
Mm-hmm. You spin around, nook an arrow, notch an arrow, and let loose. And hit!
That's good. That's good.
Deal your damage. He dead.
Yes.
Yes.
Ah.
Didn't even need the Hunter's Mark.
Nope, not even. Do you do
Nice.
anything else on your turn?
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna move towards the rest of the group. Like here, but it's the only thing I have left, right? Is a move.
A move and a bow. No, you moved your thing, so it's just a move.
Yeah, I'm gonna hang back here.
All right, sorcerer in his hand. The hand is still gonna try to grapple you, Gurp. This time it's going to be a DC 13.
On Gurp.
I don't even know why I bother. Oh, you are
Whoa.
grappled, and you cannot move from there.
That's okay.
And so he, on his turn, is going to disengage and move back here,
That's good. He disengaged.
away from you. Yeah, but you're stuck where you are.
Oh, I'll throw a javelin at him. I don't care.
Yeah, but he doesn't know that.
It's like, yeah, I'm fine now.
Yeah,
Muckluck,
yeah.
it's your turn. That's save. That's
Hey.
2 failures.
No.
Oof.
Something needs to be done.
Oh.
Hmm.
Jesus Christ. Mhm.
Alright, Chief has done what he needed to do. Bandits have done what they needed to do. Gurp.
Let's see. You breaking the grapple, you would use an action, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I can't afford to do that right now. I need to throw a javelin at this guy. I don't think I can reckless attack a javelin.
Yes, you can.
Oh, holy crap, I can. All right, reckless attack on the javelin. 14?
I think, yeah, that's a hit. That's a hit. The guy has 12 AC.
Ugh. Kill him. 8.
It's 8 more point of damage. He tries to dodge out of the way of your javelin, but the javelin just like scrapes his back and just opens up a long gash across his back. He yelps in pain, potentially losing the... Whoa, what the hell is that? Potentially losing the hand. Nope, the hand is still there and still holding on to you. And he looks back at you and he's like, "These are the last bandits you kill, you foul creature."
I mean, you might be right.
Yeah.
But he looks pretty roughed up. Damzire, it's your turn. Right now, looking at the scene, you realize that Muckluck doesn't have long
Yeah.
for this world. Isn't long for this world.
I'm gonna go beside him and do another
Medicine check.
medicine check. Yeah.
Just kill the sorcerer.
Oh.
You've stabilized Muckluck. You moved his body a bit to the side, and you've like quickly bandaged like the wounds. He's suffering from internal bleeding from the hailstones.
Okay.
But he's fine for now. And that was your action, actually. You're moving your action. Well, you can still move back. You still have 25 feet. Is your bond on anybody right now?
No, it's not. So I'm gonna move back here just to be near Kale buddy and put my bond on Bree.
All right.
Well, if I put my bond, does that count as an action?
No, it's free.
Okay.
So, Bree has the bond.
Yay.
Cal, whoops, sorry, Cal, I forgot your turn. It's your turn.
No worries.
I'm on roll 20.
That's a success.
I'll take it. It's better than a fail.
Yep.
True.
Very
Bree.
much so.
What do you do?
If I go there, do I see the sorcerer? Would I see the sorcerer?
No, but you would see him if you went here.
Oh, then that's what I'm going to do.
Oh, thank
Yeah.
God, Bree. Save me.
You see,
And-
so you were too far out to see like what was happening inside the fort, but now you see
Yeah.
like this giant hand made of dirt that's just squeezing the life out of Gurp.
So I'm gonna move my hunter's mark on the sorcerer
Uh huh.
and try and hit him.
That's a hit.
Plus the 1d8.
Mm-hmm.
Roll 8. Roll 8.
Oh, sorry. It's still plus 1.
Yeah.
No. It's really good. Really good.
Trying my best.
The hand stays.
Hmm.
It's his turn,
Uh-oh.
and he says, "I've had enough of all of you. You come here and attack my people." And he opens up a satchel and takes another arcane vial, drinks it, does not make the save.
Ooh.
Ooh.
And thus, yes, he gets a free spell. So he could cast Ice Storm again. But first, he might get... well, can one of you guys roll a percentile check, please? To determine what happens to him.
Just a 1d100.
Well, yeah, a D100. I'll take the first one that's rolled. 26. Oddly specific.
Yeah.
Adverse
chances?
reaction. Oh shit. He becomes poisoned for an hour.
Oof.
He becomes allergic to magic. But he says, fuck it. And he spawns, wait, which... Yeah, why not do that? Hail of Stone instead. So all of these, like, little pebbles lift up from the ground and are thrown at both Gurp and Bree. You guys are both going to take 2d4 plus 2.
I'm gonna drop.
6
No.
on Gurp, 8 on Bree.
Oof.
And can I
Yeah.
reflect that damage since he has my bomb?
You can either reflect it or you can absorb it. If you
Oh.
reflect, because there's no reflect, so it's either Bree falls down and he takes damage, or you take the damage and Bree
okay.
doesn't fall down.
Well,
What kind of damage is it?
it's 2d4 plus 2.
No, like what damage type?
Oh, it's bludgeoning.
It's halved. I have 1 HP.
Oh shit, that's true. You're raging.
Or 6.
Oh my god. You're lucky.
Well, Bree, you're gonna go down
So
if
lucky.
I return the damage, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to absorb the 8 points of damage.
All right, Damzire, you take 8 points of damage. Bree, you don't take anything.
Such a gentleman.
I'm so tired up here.
Muckluck, you are stable
alive.
but unconscious.
You can roll a 1d4 to see how many hours it takes.
Oh,
him
yeah.
to-
It's still going to take 4 hours.
Yeah.
Damn.
Unless anybody heals him. Out of the shadows. They've been waiting forever to have a chance at doing something. They.
Oh boy.
One of the bandit will, this one here, will fire at, he sees both of you. But I think he's going to fire at Bree. So if I roll a 4, he's going to fire at Damzire. But yeah, no. Bree's closer. So he's going to fire at Bree. Bree, you have a +2 to your AC because of the cover from the wall. Same thing for Gurp. +2 to your AC because you're on the second floor and harder to hit.
Oh, he can see me up there.
Barely. That's the thing. But they still have advantage because they were hidden.
Yeah, but
On a 21, Gurp. And on a 5, Bree.
Yeah, I'm down.
So Gurp, I hit you for 2 points of
I,
damage.
I had 1 health.
Gurp falls. Gurp, can you make a death save?
Yeah, I'll just roll 20 here. No.
That looks dire. Damzire.
Well, I'm gonna try to stabilize at least Kel. I
Stop
guess.
stabilizing. Do damage.
Okay, I'm gonna attack then.
We'll all die if everybody gets stabilized.
How much is that? Wait.
5, 10, 20, 25. Actually, if you move here,
Yeah.
Since you're not out of the range of the hand, it doesn't have an attack of opportunity yet.
Mm.
Okay. Can I see the sorcerer from where I stand?
Yep, from where you are, yep. He has cover, but yes, you can.
Can I throw an axe at him? No, I have a light crossbow.
You
I'm
can
gonna
move
try-
in. You can move in and try to shoot at him with the crossbow. Yeah, this is
Yeah.
indeed something that's possible.
Okay, I'm gonna try to shoot at him with the crossbow.
And roll for damage. And he is down.
Okay, so and since I'm in the
The
right
hand-
distance,
The hand disappears.
Nice.
I mean,
and I'm gonna put my bond back on Bree since we're still in the 15 feet of distance.
all right. The sorcerer lets out a cry as he falls down flat on the second floor. Kel.
Oh, hello. Hello.
The breath of life.
Holy crap!
Literally.
You're back up. You have
One
a
hit
turn. What do you do?
point.
Nice.
Let's see. I might as well go for it. Actually, no. While I'm here, I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on Muckluck.
Good call.
All
If
right.
I can find my spell. Sorry.
That's okay. Well, this is gonna turn the battle, you guys.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Their healer is back up. Both healers are back up.
Oops. Come on, 8. 7.
Pretty close.
Muckluck, 7 hit points.
Nice.
Bree, it's your turn.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Oh,
try and
wait, sorry. Kel, is there anything you wanted to do with your move?
Yes.
Fucking
I'm
take
going
cover.
Yeah, you can only
Move
move
over to
15
here.
feet because you're still prone, so getting back up.
Oh, yep.
All right, you're moving inside the
Yep.
the fort. All right. Wow, braving all the dangers, limping towards the bandits. Bree, what do you do?
I'm gonna move my hunter's mark on this guy,
Mhm.
and
Just one shot him.
I'm gonna try
That's what
my
she's
best.
been doing so far. Yeah, she's just been like going back and forth and go like, "You're dead. You're dead. You're dead."
Perfect. What I want from a ranger.
28. Yeah. Sucks. It's just.
I'm still alive with an arrow sticking out of my chest, but I'm still alive. Hey, Muckluck.
Yep.
Last thing you remember, you were hit behind the head with like a baseball-sized hail stone. You wake up flat on your back with a headache.
Yeah.
And you see Kel after like touching you and infusing you with life magic, just limp away inside the camp. You can still hear the sound of like bolts being exchanged and shit.
I'll get up, move inside,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll heal Kill on my own turn.
I don't appreciate you knocking me down.
Well, Kale, you regain 6 hit points.
Oh, boy.
The two healers are just like running one after the other, just touching themselves. Like, okay, you're good. Okay, you're good. Okay, you're good. Chief. From out of the shadows. Final fucking lead. A tall, heavy-set female with braided hair, multiple scars on her face with like part of her lip cut off, stares at you as she exits the ruined tower. Both of her weapons are out, a longsword and a dagger. She surveys the battlefield and she says, "Haven't you had enough? It's fine, we surrender." Is that what you wanted? Keep
Can
my
I-
men alive. And that's all she has time to say. The other bandits. Well, let's see if they listen to her orders.
Hmm.
Yes. Nope.
Nope.
Take
Not
the
my
deal,
guild.
guys.
The guy at 1 hit point screams, I am not dying or going back to jail. And he runs away. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55. And he's gonna start climbing down the outside wall. But first, Damzire,
Yes.
you have this one chance at punching him before he leaves.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
That would be an unarmed attack.
Do I have to move beside him?
No, it's an attack of opportunity. So you can just
Okay.
like whack him with the butt of your crossbow. It's a d20 plus your strength. I'm just waiting for you to roll. Oh, sorry. No, there it is. Jesus, it took a while. You hit. You deal damage equal to your strength modifier.
Well, he only had 1 HP, right?
Do you want to kill him?
No, non-lethal.
All right. You non-lethal him. And he falls down. Unconscious. He's like, I'm a fucking dying here.
Yep.
Gurp.
Sit down.
Hope I don't
Let's
roll a
see.
1, guys.
That's 2 failures, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
Damzire.
Yes.
I can take care of him in my turn.
Well, didn't the other bandit surrender since he was listening to?
Well, the other guy is like lowering his crossbow. You're not sure if it is a ruse or if they're actually surrendering. Because I mean, you guys are in pretty rough shape.
No, we're fine, guys.
All right. So after knocking down, with my attack on opportunity, the other guy, I turn around the bandit and I say, "All right, I heard you. I didn't kill your guy. Throw your weapon on the ground."
You make an intimidation check.
Okay. Oh. Let me check that. Did it roll?
No. The bandit throws his crossbow on the ground, and the chief, like, death stares him down, and goes like, "This was a ruse, you fool! They're almost dead. We can have them. Fuck it!" And she lunges at you, saying, "I'll make a coat out of your skin."
Ugh.
Ooh.
Kel, it's your turn.
Yep, I'm gonna move up to Gurp
Mm-hmm. That's 10 feet.
and cast Cure Wounds.
Whew.
So you don't die. And bye-bye spell slots. 6. Don't worry, you're not dead yet.
I saw darkness everywhere.
I'm gonna move my hunter's mark on the chief and hopefully also hit her.
A 17 hits.
Yes. Oh, come on.
You guys can't see her bar, can you? Oh, that's why.
No.
So 7. Boop. Muckluck.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll go ahead and cast Bane on the 2 remaining bandits.
Charisma saving throw? Yes, because charisma is their strongest stat.
PC 13.
Chief has it. Guy has it.
Oh, yeah.
Oof.
Sorry. She. Did you want to do anything with your move or your bonus action?
I'll stay where I'm at. Yeah.
All right, Damzire, you are being charged by the chief.
Okay.
She jumps over both campfires, longsword and dagger out, and she closes the distance and starts attacking you with 3 attacks.
Oof.
22,
Yep.
9,
No.
25 crit.
Yes.
Cool.
Oof.
Goodbye, guys.
No, you're fine. It's a short sword and a dagger. It's not that much.
4 points of damage for the longsword,
That's good.
and then for the dagger, and it's a crit. 11 points. Oh, max damage. Oh shit.
Ow.
You are like
Jesus.
stabbed in the gut.
I'm unconscious.
Jesus.
And she seems to take a lot of pleasure in doing so. She plucks the dagger out and licks the blood of the blade, and she turns to the rest of you and she's like, "Who's next?"
She would.
The other bandit didn't really know what was going on. Berated by his captain, picks up his crossbow, loads it, looks at all of you, and is going to shoot at a random person. 1d4, 1 being Bree, 2 Mukluk, 3 Kel for the barbarian. Bree, you're being fired at.
Do I still have the +2 to AC for cover?
Yep, because you're still where you are and he's still where he was.
Mhm.
Alright, try and hit me.
15.
Oof. Nice.
No? What's your AC?
Right now, 19.
Jesus
jeez.
Christ.
Whoa.
Holy shit.
You duck down and the bolt just goes flying over your head. Gurp.
I am going to.
Got a whole 6 health, man.
I know.
Leap off.
Do you still have a rage?
I have 1 rage. I'm gonna crawl over to the edge of the, whatever we're standing on here.
Mhm. Platform.
Rage and throw a javelin at the captain.
Oh, yeah.
All right, go right ahead. Do you do it recklessly?
I will do it recklessly. We'll just see what happens here. She'll probably just leap on me immediately.
You hit.
All right. 8, 9, 10. And then I want to. Can I move back a little bit?
Sure. So you creep up, lift the javelin over your head, throw it, and go like, "Oh shit!" and
Back
hide
away.
back. Damzire, make a death save, please.
How do I do that?
So
Yeah,
there's
Jack, you just roll a 20.
Okay.
yeah, or you can click on the word death save in the middle of your sheet.
Oh no, I want him to literally roll a 20.
Oh, roll a 20. Yeah, okay.
Ugh.
What is this? What is this?
Got nothing.
So she plucks out the dagger, and then your eyes just flare up, and you're like, "I'm not dead."
Okay.
You can't keep us down.
Yeah.
It's your turn. You're prone on the floor. She's right, over you.
Okay.
As you open your eyes, she's dodging out of the way of a javelin.
Okay. If I get up, does she get an attack of
No.
opportunity? Okay.
It costs you 15 feet of your movement, but if you move away from her, she has an attack.
No, I'm going to get up, and I'm going to attack her with my hand axe.
All right, you don't have your mantle anymore.
What do you mean I don't have a mental?
You don't have the burning cowl because you fell unconscious.
Okay.
And you can only regain it if you put your bond on somebody and you take the damage for that person. So otherwise, you have to sleep. Like after a long rest, you're gonna get it back.
Okay, but can I still put my bond on someone? And
Yes, you can.
Okay. So I'm gonna do my attack first.
And that's a miss.
Well, she's probably going to attack me again, but just to be sure, I'm gonna put my bond on Muckluck, who's behind.
Alright. Kel, it's your turn.
Yep. Trying to remember. Don't I have a vial that
An
allows me
arcane
to?
vial. Yes, you
Yep,
do.
Arcane vial.
So
That just.
do
How
you
does that work again?
Okay, basically, the when you drink a vial, the next spell you cast doesn't expend a spell slot.
Okay.
So technically, what the rules would say is you still need to have spell slots for the vial
Okay.
to work. But since we're all new, first game, you can drink it and cast a first level spell without expending a spell slot.
Okay.
And because it's a first level spell, you don't risk any adverse effects. If
Okay.
it were second level or higher, that's when you have to make a Constitution saving throw because you might, like the other guy, puke your brains out.
Right. Okay. Cool.
So you drink the vial,
Yep.
and you
Go ahead.
have one more first level spell.
Yep. And I'm going to cast Hail of Stone at the chief.
All right.
Big
Roll for
big
damage.
Come on, D4s. Maybe. Nope,
Suspense is killing us. Oh,
That's not bad.
yeah, that's pretty good. Almost max damage actually.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
You pelt her with stones from like the rubbles around you, and it like one of them hits her in the jaw, and you can see like 2 teeth flying off. Others like go on. She tries to like shield herself, and you just hit the back, and you can even hear like a rib pop out from under the blow.
And in the same tactics, I'm gonna back up again.
The noise that's coming out of her is part pain, part pleasure. She seems to be like this kind of berserker who enjoys like the thrill of the fight and the damage she either inflicts or is inflicted upon her.
All right. Well, let's
Alright, then.
see if she's gonna enjoy this.
It's a miss.
Oof.
No, I'm kidding. It's a hit.
I was like, oh my goodness.
Like what?
Nice. Big damage on the hunter's mark.
Oh, Chris.
Muckluck.
Yep, I'm gonna go ahead with what has it worked in late Sacred Flame.
Ooh, Sacred Flame.
Oh,
Oh,
take
she
it.
failed.
Nice.
Not bad.
I'm gonna move with my shield, just open the way to Damzire.
She tries one last time. What she's going to do is she's going to make one attack on Damzire, one attack on Muckluck with both long swords. She's going to start with that. 7 on Damzire,
No.
10 on Muckluck.
Nope.
And then her thing was to move away, but seeing as like she missed you both with her attacks, she just breathes heavily and goes like, all right. And she plants her weapons on the ground and she's like, you fought good. I surrender for real this time. The other bandit in the back is like, it's okay, ma'am, I know it's a ruse. And he fires at either Muckluck or Damzire. Odd on Muckluck, even on Damzire. Muckluck, you're being fired at by a crossbow. Do I hit on a 15?
No.
You just deflect the bolt with your shield, like easily. And he goes like, oh, it's not a ruse. And he throws his crossbow and just like lifts his arm up in the air. And he's like, all right, I was just kidding. Gurp, it's your turn. What do you do?
I have no idea.
She doesn't seem to want to fight anymore.
But she's also into pain.
Perfect time for Dragon Chess.
Do you play Dragon Chess?
Exactly. Yeah, I guess I'll move to the edge and I'll ready action. If they try to attack, I'll throw a javelin. Or if she tries to attack, I'll throw a javelin at her. So I just I'm readied up with the javelin, my last javelin up on top of the little second story of the map. I'm like,
All right. Damzire, it's your turn.
Well, I'm gonna try to with my cord and wrap her hand and just make sure she can't move anymore.
Right, make a dexterity check.
Okay.
Unless you're a sailor. Did you used to be a sailor?
No.
All right. Make a dex check. You're too scared and too shaken to tie anything up, and you're just basically running circles around her with like the rope, and it's like, please don't get out of the circle. It's loose, like she's tied up, but loosely. Everybody can see that it's not like. Kel is probably Damzire is probably like proud of what he did, but really it's laughable at best. Kel, what do you do?
At the moment, I'm not 100% sure. I don't actually know if I have rope on me. Don't believe I do.
what kind of a backpack do you have?
Scholar's pack.
Yeah, no, you don't.
I don't think so.
You've got writing implements.
Yep, I can write stuff. Is that helpful?
Well, you can write her a strong worded letter.
I could. Can't think of anything to do right now.
All right. If you want, I can lift the initiative. But if it was a ruse, she might get the jump on you. But
Right.
Bree,
Yeah. I'm sorry. I have a hard time trusting people, so I'm gonna keep firing at her.
oh, Bree,
Yeah.
rage firing. That's a hit.
Really? Okay. I was not expecting that one to hit.
Technically, it would not be, but she's not trying to dodge out of the way or anything.
I don't care.
You shoot at her, and the arrow plunges deep into her chest, and she's even thrown aback by the force of the blow, as she wasn't expecting it. And she looks up and like grins a bit, and then through her teeth, or whatever remains of them, she says, "Oh, you bitch. You're my type of gal." But you, Muckluck, you notice that she's trying to reach out for a dagger.
Yeah, I'm just gonna. Well, is she prone?
Yeah, she's prone.
Okay. I'm just going to. If she's prone, she has disadvantage on this dexterity save, right?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm just gonna Sacred Flame her.
And I'm gonna take the lowest. The lowest being a 17.
Mm.
Your puny god cannot aim for shit.
He's sleeping too hard.
Yeah. But she has the dagger, and she decides to reach up and
I
stab.
do my attack.
Yes.
I ready to action if she was
Yes,
to
I know,
attack.
I know.
Get out of here, bandit captain. Javelin.
Is a flush hit.
Ugh. Get out.
Oof.
She gets up, moves in to stab Damzire. I just want to see how much. So Damzire, do I hit you on an 18?
Yes.
You would have taken 7 points of damage, but the javelin was just enough
Nice.
to get her to 0.
You're welcome, buddy.
And she dies of a javelin to the neck.
Oof.
And the other bandit in the back,
And multiple arrows.
and yeah, she's pincushioned. The other bandit in the back just is
All right.
completely confused.
So
He's
what's
like,
going on?
I thought we were. Look, I'm surrendering.
Thanks, Gurp. Once again spraying me with blood.
Yep, you are covered in blood again.
Again.
And I will
Let out
lift
a
the
kobold
initiative.
cheer.
So there's one unconscious bandit, one living bandit, conscious, a bunch of dead people around,
And one runaway.
and one that ran away, whose story will be told for ages to come.
Crossbow guy too.
Yeah, crossbow guy 2.0.
Reckoning.
He's gonna come back as another big boss.
Yeah, question. My channel divinity allow me to gain knowledge in the use of a tool. Can I use it to learn how to bind this last prisoner with a rope?
Yeah, give me just a quick second.
Not gonna matter. Breeze is gonna slit his throat.
Hey, we have 2 prisoners now. We
Yes,
killed
you
the
can.
Damzire.
Okay.
So you suddenly know like all the knots in the world, and you just tie the other guys up.
I totally think we should let Bree watch the prisoners.
Seems like a bad choice to me.
Hey.
There's been enough bloodshed tonight.
Yeah. Well. I'm personally going to go in the back there. Take a breath, try to regain composure after seeing all the dead body, and also look
And
around.
also what?
Check if I something. Look around to check if there's no chest or a loot something.
So
Yeah, inside the tents.
you go take. Yeah, well, I figure all of you are gonna like rummage through
Yep.
everything.
Yep.
I'm.
Oh yeah, totally.
Absolutely.
Gurp loves rummaging.
So you take a while, a few minutes, Damzire, to just try to bury the sight of everything, and then you look down at your hands covered in blood, and just shiver in fear. Your sight goes in and out, in and out.
Mm-hmm.
And in your like sort of not trance but like crisis, you swear you heard a voice says, "We're here for you, brother."
Okay.
But just as it appeared, it disappears again. Rummaging through the everything.
Yes.
So, to start with, you guys find 20 gold pieces, 28 copper pieces, and 40 silver pieces.
Okay, hang on. 20 gold, 20 silver, and
40 silver.
40 silver.
I'm not
24.
completely done.
No, I'm just writing it down.
Sure. You also get another 10 gold piece. And an extra 50 gold pieces
Nice.
from like all of the various sacks and hiding spots of like treasure that they had with them. If you scour the whole thing,
So that's a total of 80 gold piece and 40 silver. 20, 10, and 50
20,
gold, 40 silver.
60,
Did I miss copper?
80. Yeah, no, that's it. 80 gold, 40 silver, 28 copper.
20. That's what I was missing.
You guys do not find food in the fort. It seems like they were living almost ration to ration, with barely anything to sustain them.
Looks
You did, however, find a few things of note. Things that they must have stolen from, other caravans and such. There's enough in here. Where is it? Bandit camp. Oh, you find, by the way, 2 arcane vials. for those who are inclined to drinking magic. So there's enough here to give back to the trading post and basically improve upon the general store. So like level up, quote unquote, the general store. But in addition to all that, because I figure you guys are probably interested in the stuff you can carry around, the bandits had on them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 short swords between all of them. If some of y'all are interested in that. You find 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 light crossbows. A total of 40 bolts. And what actually surprises you is that most of the bolts in the light crossbows are in very good condition, and they actually all bear the same mark on them. And they're marked as being the property of the Atmore republics, the Republic of Atmore.
Interesting.
So they must have belonged to maybe a group of militiamen, soldiers, something like that, that fell prey to the bandits in the hills. You also find a longsword and a dagger, as well as a studded leather armor on the chief.
Well, I like arcane vials.
You also find 4 potions of healing.
That's big.
A carved wooden idol of a fire spirit.
Clearly useless.
And let me just go here. The sorcerer had with him a scroll of blindness, which is actually, I think, a divine spell in this case.
Oh, wow.
Let me just check. No, it's a life spell as well. A 2nd level life spell.
Try to remember, I'd be able to copy that into my spell book, wouldn't I?
Yes, you would.
For future use?
Given enough time.
Yeah.
And resources.
I'm writing down everything except for the weapons and armor, by the way, so we can split everything later.
Yeah, I have it written down. Just like on a notepad.
You guys actually cleared out the bandit camp.
Nice.
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 Yeah, it's super easy. I wasn't worried at all.
Yeah, nobody almost died multiple times.
I knew he was gonna crit his death save and just heal everybody. Like,
Yeah, it's fine.
I knew it was gonna happen.
No worries.
That was pretty intense. I thought you guys would breeze through it.
Really?
Well, judging by how high I rolled, yeah. And then Ice Storm.
Yeah. That kind of hurt just a little bit.
Well,
Yeah.
that guy had time to cast 2 4th level spells and 1 2nd level spell.
Yeah, that's pretty rough.
He went all out on your asses.
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt it.
Mm-hmm.
So
But-
you said studded leather armor.
Yeah, studded leather.
If I could get someone to make that in a kobold size, it would actually boost my armor class by 1.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
At the
If-
trading
if
post,
Nobody else needs it.
at the trading post, you can probably ask Gisela to resize it.
But other than that, besides like splitting the gold and stuff, I'm down to like anybody can take any of the stuff that we got. Maybe a potion of healing. We can all take one of those, I suppose.
Well, there's 4 of them.
I would like to
Five.
have one of
Yeah,
those.
there's 5 people here.
Yep. I if you guys want those, I don't know if can any of you use the arcane vials?
No.
You're
If you, I'd be
Uh,
fine with taking those.
The cleric could use them actually.
Oh, cleric can too.
Yeah.
I'd be fine with splitting those.
Yeah, they're one each.
Yeah, that would work for me.
All right, and who takes the potions?
I'd like to have one
Yeah, me too.
or two, or all of them.
I'd like to have one. I don't want to be greedy here.
You know.
All right, so one for Gurp, one for Bree, one for Damzire. Who picks up the last one? Zach,
You can-
Pascal.
Yeah,
if you want one. Or...
probably we can put it on the side for the others.
Otherwise, you can take it since if it's fine with you, I would like the scroll so I can copy it into my spell book.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Take the last potion.
All right.
That's a pretty big item.
Mm-hmm.
How about the carved wooden idol of a fire spirit?
Yep, that's about yay big.
Gurp doesn't give two squats about that.
Yeah, I wish I could identify it, but I don't have identify.
Yeah, I can cast Identify as Ritual,
That'd be nice.
the main spell.
All right, you identify it as nothing but a very, very delicate work of art.
Okay.
Mr. Animancer. The spirit that's depicted in the sculpture doesn't tell you anything, but you do know that often spirits ask for basically like presents or like valuables that to give to them as a tribute of some sort. And sometimes spirits will imbue an object and ask people to carry it around, like an animancer to carry it around and plant it somewhere else so that the spirit can see more of the world. It's your belief that this statue might have belonged to an animancer before. It is not magic in any way. It is very pretty. And Nukluk, you estimate its sell value at 25 gold pieces.
Nice.
Let's just bring it back to the trading post. Maybe.
Do you guys scalp the bandits?
Oh yeah.
Nope.
I would
Okay.
also like to salvage some teeth too.
I take no part in this.
Yeah, me neither.
Ugh.
I'm just gonna take the two prisoners we have and wait outside.
Yep. I'll
Um,
help with the prisoners.
you find 10, 20, 23 good teeth,
Yes.
Mr. Kobold.
Oh,
As you're playing dentist, as everybody's leaving, Gurp is just like, just 1 minute, plucking him out. That's where we're gonna end today.
Cool.
You guys go back to the trading post. We'll do like all the upkeep thing offline. But thank you everyone for coming. Thank you guys for playing. I hope you had a lot of fun. I thoroughly enjoyed watching you guys tear through the bandit camp. But before we leave, let's just go around the players. Tell everyone who you are, where we can find you, what you do in your life. And I'll start with Pascal.
You can find me at Sir Laugh-A-Lot on Twitter. This is my first live game. You can expect me on this particular channel for the next 2 months. Then I'll see if I have more spare time for other games.
Cool. By the way, you guys can put in chat, since the overlay doesn't have like your Twitter handles and everything right now. But if you want to put like in chat so people can know where to click. Matthew.
Yeah, so my name is Matthew. Pretty new to D&D. This is my second live session. So you're gonna see me a lot on this game, on Age of Arcana. You can find me on Twitter at French Overlord or on YouTube also at French Overlord.
Cool. Quentin.
Yeah, had a lot of fun. So super fun. Simon, thanks for inviting me again. Everyone, I had a great time. Super, like, we were on a knife's edge at one point, but I knew we'd pull through. Like, come on. You guys can find me on the internet at Twitter at Thragon. I don't post a lot, but I retweet, and like anything that I like, I'll just post that up there. But I don't have any original thoughts. I just take everybody else's.
All right, Zach.
And yep, you can find me on Twitter at _Angelus. Yeah, had a lot of fun. It's a great time.
Cool. Thanks for coming.
Super excited.
And last but not least, Catherine.
Yes. So I'm posting on the chat. On Twitter, you can find me at CATHX, and I'm mostly active on Instagram under Encephaloscope. It's mostly knitting and sometimes D&D. I will be back for this Age of Arcana stream, and I'm also in the Mistveil stream, the Zweihander game that Simon hosts. I don't remember when's the next game, but
Zweihander is this Wednesday.
oh, okay, this Wednesday. I'll be there.
All right. And I'm Simon at @wandering_DM on Twitter. You guys probably already know of me if you found me on that channel. But yeah, we're streaming every Saturday this game, Age of Arcana Wildlands, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., give or take, Eastern Standard Time. And then every other Tuesdays and Wednesdays, so this coming Tuesday, this coming Wednesday, July 10th and 11th, and then 2 weeks after that and 2 weeks after that, etc., etc. On Tuesdays, we have at 8 p.m. Standard a Star Wars game in the Darkest Timeline called Points of Light. And then on Wednesday, it's a Zweihander game, so a dark, gritty, medieval, low magic type of setting. And back in August, we'll also be streaming Age of Arcana on Fridays, on Friday evenings as well. I had a whole lot of fun today, guys.
Yeah.
This was very entertaining. I thoroughly enjoyed myself and enjoyed almost killing y'all with my giant turtle and the rest of my stuff. But anyway, we have to go. So thanks everyone for watching. Thanks you guys for coming. Thanks for playing. If anybody's interested in joining, actually, just send me a DM on Twitter. I'm always looking for more people. All right. Ciao, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.